Greetings, everyone. We're live. Glenn here, just trying to get myself set up for a second. Always got to go to my channel like Rachel taught me so I can. Oops, I don't want to do full screen. Exit full screen. That's not good. How did I go full screen? I don't want that. This is not good. Screwing up. Exit full screen. There we go. I'm all blue. I'm screwing this up, but you never know. I'm getting out of here. We're going back to StreamYard. There we are. I got to invite my friend, Mr. Sam St. John. I think the invitation is on screen now, Sam, if you're there. Hope everyone's doing well. It's Sunday afternoon. Looks like there's 2 people watching. 4 people watching. I guess you guys are just as bored with the football games today as I am. Man, the NFL this year stinks. It's really boring. Adam, you can join us. Just click on the link, buddy. You're in. Always happy to have you. It must be well, no, it's just after dinner time, I guess, over Ohm. 6 people watching. What's going on? I was just talking about the NFL, how boring it is this year. There's so many lousy teams. It's so mediocre. There's like maybe a handful of teams worth watching, and the rest are all the same. They trip over themselves trying to get a field goal. Scores 10-8 at the end of the game. The other game halfway through, I think the score was 2-0. I was watching a baseball game. There was more runs in the baseball game than there was points in the football game, which is not a good thing. 7 people now. I still don't see my friend Sam, who told me he was coming. Adam, you can join anytime. 9 people in the house. I put up a video this morning while I'm here by myself. I don't know if anybody's caught it yet. Yesterday was my daughter's. I haven't talked about this too much, but we're expecting our first grandchild in January. So pretty exciting stuff. And yesterday was my daughter's baby shower. So I had like 4 or 5 hours to myself just to hang out with Glenn. It was great. So I went to 3 record stores. What else am I going to do? And picked up some used vinyl. And good afternoon, Shadow Man. And picked up some used vinyl and and a few CDs. I was kind of waiting for Sam to talk about them, but I got to talk about something. You just want to say, oh, here he is. Here he is right now. There he's pulled his hair and he's ready to go.
How are you, Glenn?
Good. What's going on? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. It's a kind of a gray one here in Virginia.
It is cold and crappy here too. It rained all yesterday afternoon.
It's not cold here. It's about 70 Fahrenheit.
Oh, that'd be nice. No, it's jacket weather here.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
It's I'll just finish up a calzone. You know, I'm debating.
I know you showed me that. That was so cruel. I love those calzones.
Yeah, I was there. I was probably one of the first to order because I sat inside for probably 10 minutes for them to fix it.
What's in it? What was in it?
It's the calzones. For those that don't know, whenever Glenn comes, at least a couple of times when Glenn's come, we get the calzones down a place right down the road from me called Frank's. And it's the calzone special, which has ham, sausage, mozzarella, mushrooms, and pepperoni.
Oh, man, they're so good.
And it's
we've got somebody joining us here. I got to let them in.
Hello, folks.
Adam. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
We're doing good. We're just talking about food. Sam's filling his face with calzones. Do you get calzones over home?
Yeah, we've had them.
Man.
But
Yeah.
I can't really think about food though. I've literally I've just had mine.
Yeah, I've had mine too, and I'm still talking about it.
I just had lunch. So
Yeah, I did too. I was looking because I don't have cable. I was looking to see if I could put a football game on the background, and the only one that they have is New York and Baltimore. And I
that's
don't
what I
care.
got on. That's the one I chose to watch.
Is it any good?
No, they're none of them. I was just saying, like, sorry, Adam, you're probably not into American football, but it sucks this year. The NFL is absolutely horrid. There's like 5 really
Like
good
2 and
teams,
3, yeah.
maybe 3. Yeah, and the rest are all mediocre or lousy. It's really a bad year, and all the games stink.
There's not a standout team.
there's no scoring. It's really bad.
Yeah,
I've,
everybody getting divorced.
yeah, but I'm anxious for the Buffalo KC game at 4 o'clock, and that's it. That's enough football talk.
Yeah.
What are you up to, Adam?
Just chilling out with you guys at the moment.
Yeah, what are you listening to these days?
The Beatles as usual. And all sorts of 60s and 70s music. I recently heard a Bruce Springsteen album.
Ah.
This album that came out in 2020.
Oh, the letter from you or
Letter to
from
you. Yeah.
Yeah, do you like is that your first kind of introduction to Springsteen?
I've heard a few of his classic albums. I've
Yeah.
heard Run and The River. I'm Born in the USA.
Okay. Did you like Letter from You or is that what it's called?
Letter to you, I think.
Letter to You?
I really enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, I found there was a few songs that were really killer on it, and then some other stuff that was just I didn't care if I heard again. But
Felt like the album lasted too long.
Yeah, it sits about an hour.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which we should go ahead and mention Glenn because it's your channel. Happy 75th to Bobby Weir.
Oh, is it today?
Dead. Yeah.
Wow, he's in good shape, man. You see his follow his Instagram
Oh, yeah,
channel. He works out like a maniac.
He does resistance. He does like exercise balls.
Then he's standing on his head and freaking doing all this
Yeah.
stuff. Crazy. 75. I can hardly get off the couch to change the channel.
Yeah, he's lean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him. He always was kind of the athletic guy in the band. Like
Well,
he was the only guy who really looked after himself.
He was the hot one in the band
Yeah.
for years. Like that, they talk about that in his documentary.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at guys like Billy Kreutzmann and Jerry. They weren't exactly Hollywood playboys.
No. But they got around.
Yeah. Well, substances will do that.
They worked with what they got.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Okay, Adam, I don't think we've asked you this. I don't know, or you've talked about it. What are you doing about the Revolver Deluxe?
I think I'll just stick with the 2009 remaster.
Oh, you're not even going to get it.
That if it's on sale, I might get it.
Ooh.
That's what I've been saying too. I'm waiting for it to drop in price a little bit.
They've dropped the CD set again. They dropped it another $3. It's 108 on Amazon.
So it's 108 in the US, and it's so it's probably about the same in Britain, I would assume, 110 pounds or something.
Yeah, might be.
Yeah, because I think the US dollar and British pound are pretty equal
Like
now, aren't they?
10 cents difference.
Yeah. But in Canada, it's still like we're sucking behind on the exchange rate. But we're $170 for the so, but with tax, it's $200 to get it to your door. That's a lot of money.
It is.
Yeah. They're going to keep. I can't believe they've dropped that set as much as they have already.
Yeah, it hasn't dropped in Canada yet.
Because I've got the Beach Boys set, the Sail on Sailor in my cart, and it's still sitting at around 150. I still haven't bought it. I think I'm gonna wait for Christmas.
And the Tom Petty set is stayed pretty.
Yeah, it's still about $60 for the CD.
It's pretty affordable, though. I think that set's well priced.
Well, Tom Petty, I mean, that's what he lived for, making stuff affordable for his fans right up to his concerts.
Because that live anthology set that he put out a few years ago, I mean, you can buy that's a 5 or 6 CD set.
Yeah, 5.
5?
4. It's 4.
Is it? I thought it was 5.
So.
But okay, well, regardless, you could buy that for $20 when it came out.
Yeah,
that was great value.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
He just released One Back Down the other day, which I think was already on the live anthology. That version.
One Back Down, I think, was on the American
Treasure.
American Treasures, I think.
Yeah, so it's just whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
They just released that again for the Fillmore set.
Yeah, that's the one really I'm looking forward to more than any other. So.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
but Revolver just dropped again. Yeah, Bob F is. Oh, sorry, I'm ignoring all the comments here. Revolver box set CD just dropped again to 108. Yeah, it's got to drop down in Canada a bit. So I got a confession to make, though. I mean, I did this video, which like almost 2,000 people have watched about, how this is overpriced, and I'm just going to buy the single album and wait, and it's going to drop. Don't worry about it. And then I reordered it again. I'm a bit of a hypocrite. Or I'm a bit of an addict and I just can't resist it.
Yeah, Bob, I bought it for, I think I grabbed it when it was 111, and I'm not going to cancel it for $3. It's just.
Well, they'll still give you the lowest price, right, on the pre-order. You always get the lowest price up until shipping.
I guess because it hasn't processed yet, right?
Yeah, so that should be good. Yeah, well, so 190. That's what it was at in Canada. I think at its top price was like 191 or something like that.
So, Adam, are you do you have your your senses about you after being on a cruise ship? Are you land ready now?
Yeah, I'm land ready. Definitely.
Yeah. For me, I remember sleeping on the cruise was weird the first couple of nights because you feel that bed just you feel everything moving.
Mm-hmm.
You're going on a cruise?
I've already been on one.
Oh, you went on it. Oh.
And they're going on one next year as well.
Where did you guys go on the cruise?
It was all around the UK.
Oh, cool. So did you get to stop at different ports and stuff too, or?
Yep.
Whereabouts did you go?
Went to Ireland a couple of times.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And I went back to Liverpool.
Cool.
I've been there twice this year.
That would be fun, just the ship coming into the docks at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
It was very cool. It was a bit. It was a bit wet that day though. But it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. How long are you out at? What's the longest you're out off of land?
I think it was 3 days, but for everyone else, it was 2 days.
So where would you go? Where would you go? How long? Where would you have started off and then be 2 days on sea to get to the next port?
Oof. I can't really remember, to be honest.
I'm just curious because it just seems like it's such a
small area.
To Canada or the square area. It's not a big area of the world. It just seems like it would take 2 days to get anywhere.
Yeah,
it was from down south to Ireland.
Oh, okay.
So that took a couple of days, I think.
Yeah. Did you go to Southampton too? Did you go right around or?
Yeah, it started in Southampton.
Did it? Oh, cool. I was there once. I was in Southampton.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
How far was the drive to the port from where you live?
About 7 hours.
Oh.
But we stopped in between though.
I know for us, like I've only done it the one time in 2016. I don't know how familiar you are with U.S. geography. I know Glenn is, but my friends, they lived in Maryland, like on the shore of Maryland, which is the state, right above Virginia, Adam. And they drove to me, which was about a 4-ish hour drive for them to get to me. And then we drove from like kind of around where I'm living all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, which is the northern part of Florida. So they drove from Maryland to Jacksonville. We stayed the night in Jacksonville and then drove from there to Miami, which is like another 5 or 6 hours.
Wow.
And then left Miami, which is like one of the more southern tips of Florida. And then it took us about almost 3 days to get to Bermuda from there. So it was a lot of open water.
Wow. It's very cool.
So what's going on in the chat there, Glenn?
I'm just trying to paste another link here because I see Rachel's out there. Anybody who wants to come on, please do so. I'm putting up another link here. You're more than welcome. Yeah, I went to so my wife and I went to England in 1999, and we flew into Manchester. Went to Liverpool, stayed there for a few days, went back to Manchester, and then we drove down to Southampton from Manchester and stayed
Okay.
overnight. And then we had a bed and breakfast booked in London. So we left Southampton and drove back to London, and I lost the address for the. We're adding Rachel. Hey, Rachel, how you doing?
Canadian salute.
So I
And
lost the
British.
address. I lost the address of where we were supposed to stay in London, and I had no idea. And what we were going to do, I thought we were just going to have to book another hotel. And we came into this place called Chisholm, I think it's pronounced. It's CHISHOLM, not Chisholm, but Chisholm or something. I think they pronounce it. And I said, that sounds like the area we were supposed to stay in. And I stopped at this Chisholm Hotel. I said, do you guys know any bed and breakfasts around here? And the guy said, go up this street and down here and over here. And I went up, and as I'm driving down the street, totally lost, this mail truck is coming towards me. And I went, well, who knows an area better than a mailman? So I get out of the car and I'm going, stopping the mailman. I said, do you know any bed and breakfasts around here? The guy says, yeah, I go around the corner up here and down here. So I go and I knock on the door, and that was our bed and breakfast.
Oh, right.
You had a chance of finding that in a city the size of London.
Wow.
Well, you know, on Seinfeld, asking the mailman can get you in trouble too.
That's true. Well, if it was Newman, I would have got back in the car.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Rachel?
Talking to Bob F about it's gone. Yeah, I got Amazon Prime, Bob, but I ordered mine for. We had Andy Chad Kassem come on. Michael 45. He's going to start up in about 15 minutes, so I won't be here too long because he runs. He starts this thing. I thought I'd pop in for a bit, but so anyway, so I ordered through udiscover.ca, a Canadian outfit, $300 Canadian for the Revolver. That's the 4-album set. I want that mono. No one wants mono, but I want mono, Revolver mono. So I paid that $1. And yeah, so I haven't heard anything about their shipping issues, but a lot of people are saying it's November now. So, yeah, and so I've got Amazon Prime. So occasionally I like to buy local, of course, when I can. Oh, and I looked at the Bob Dylan too, Glenn. I just, with the Stones maybe dropping on 5 days from now, maybe, doubt it, maybe. And then you combine that Revolver, just kind of like what you were saying. So the Dylan set, even though 224, but that's USD. So I looked at the exchange rate on 224. That's 310 Canadian.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I can get it for you cheaper than that.
Okay. Before they flip the thing, if you can do it cheaper.
Well, like I said, I told you last time, 270. I think I could get it for you for plus shipping.
Yeah. See that. Now we're talking. Maybe I could wing that. I might be able to pull that this month.
I'll check. I'll do my best to get that price for you.
See what if you can do that. You have my email. Let's try and talk that out.
Okay, because, I'll call my.
I'm on my mission to get a box set, one per month.
I'll call my buddy tomorrow and see if he'll do it for 270 and ship it to Victoria.
Well, the next box set coming out, Glenn, I meant to message you, was Harvest, Neil Young.
Yeah.
Finally.
50th anniversary or something they're calling it.
I'm pissed at Neil. He's putting out too much product this year. It's getting ridiculous.
A lot of product.
But Neil sold half his rights away. So I think he has some Santa, but I think they're releasing it on him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But just, give us a chance to save some cash, Neil.
Yeah, because he was really promoting the archives and saying, like, you can listen to anything you want. And then after the buyout, a lot of it, like Rachel said, is coming out physically. So,
the Chili Peppers. I did like that album. Did you guys listen to that? The new Chili Peppers album that came out earlier this year?
No, they're up for some sort of Grammy or something for it.
It's a good album. I really liked it because I'm not a Chili Peppers guy.
Give it away now.
Yeah, but this was really good. Really,
they just released a new one.
Just a good rock album. It was really good, and now they put out another one coming out. So I don't know. I'll give it a shot.
Okay, here you go, Glenn. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a problem. Live in the city, city of angels. Ah, yeah, there you go.
Very good.
Yeah,
Karaoke,
it's
karaoke
emotive.
Rachel.
How is our friend Larry Graves doing? Do you get Larry on here from time to time? Do you have
No,
to
he doesn't come
wrestle him?
on. I don't know what's going on with Larry. He's
Have you talked? I know he's been dealing with
we
the health thing.
communicate by email quite a bit. We haven't seen each other, even though we live 5 minutes apart.
Oh
And,
man, life's like that. I got a buddy just down the road I've known since 13, you know, and we see each other once every 6 months or something. You know, we got to literally go out of our way to make time to take time to arrange it, make it all happen.
oh, look at this. Hold on. Here's breaking news.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Are you talking CD or album, Bob? Vinyl.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
That's
It's
probably
not going to
CD.
be, that's CD. That's a
Yeah.
CD price.
Yeah, we don't need. I have the CD set, so.
Where's Bob? Where's Bob? I don't know Bob. Where's Bob
I
located?
don't know where Bob is.
Bob, where are you, Bob?
He's a good commenter on my channel.
He's great
Is he?
commenter, yeah.
Bob, sub me up. I'll sub you back if you got a channel. Just pick up the archives $2, $89.
For
Yeah,
Neil.
I think I have most of those albums just on their own, so I don't really need.
Well, I think like with the Harvest, isn't a couple of DVDs make up half of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like video DVDs or audio?
Yeah, video, like live at the BBC and another live one.
I don't
Oh,
usually
right.
watch
Yeah.
a lot of
Or
you guys. I don't watch a lot of video music video.
One might be a documentary. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I watch it because I grab my guitar and then I'll watch the video. And if I see something, you know, and I get the chord, then I'll play with it on YouTube in front of the computer. So I do it that way, like you might with your banjo or whatever instrument you have handy.
Yes, true.
Adam, what kind of CDs, albums do you have on the Christmas list? I'm sure you're thinking about that coming up.
Have you met Adam before, Rachel?
Yes, I know Adam.
Oh,
Adam's smart.
Hello.
Hi, Adam. Beautiful English accent, Adam.
oh, he does. Yeah.
Yeah,
He should
that's
be
how
on
we're all-
radio.
That's how we're all supposed to talk. Us Canadians, Americans, we all did it wrong.
Yeah. What do you got on the Christmas list, Adam?
At the moment, nothing
Oh, come on, man.
It's
about
got to
it.
be Revolver.
Mine's a mile friggin' long.
Yeah.
I'm like a little kid.
I've got
Yeah,
that.
I'm subscribed to Adam. But Adam, who's your favorite group? Tell us about your channel, what you're all about. Bring me back up to speed, because I don't get around to see everybody's videos. I'm subscribed to 1 million people, so you can understand I can't get in watching everybody.
Well, my favorite band's the Beatles.
Well, there you go.
Beatles Boulevard, right there. We're living right on Beatles Boulevard. Yeah, Beatles are best. Adam, what part of England are you in?
I'm in the northeast of England.
North East, so that's like a Northumberland.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah. Why I?
All right. Geordie boy.
Dirty boy.
That's where the Geordies are in Newcastle, right?
Isn't that where the Animals were from?
Yeah.
Newcastle?
Exactly.
Super band.
I've only lived there for a couple of years.
So where are you originally from?
Oxfordshire.
I've been to Oxfordshire. I've been to Dedingham. I've been all over the place in frickin'. I've been at I've been all over. That's the whole thing. I've been to Woodstock, not New York. Yeah. Woodstock, and I went to the Duke of Marlborough's place. I said I went in for the tour. Glenn, we get up to the gate. I go, is the Duke in? I believe he's expecting me. But yeah, and then we stayed in Deddington. Of course, I went into Oxford proper. It's absolutely beautiful, and of course, I bought it. I'm all about history. So what happens with me, Adam, is I went to the bookstore. There's a very famous bookstore on Oxford, the main drag on Oxford. And I went in there. It's like Blackstone Books or something like that. And I picked up a historic book dealing with one of the churches I was going. Oh, Banbury. I went to Banbury. And Oh man, I just try and remember all the Stoke Lynn. So there's all these little towns, and some of them hardly don't even Tem. There's Tem, and it's just a beautiful.
Did you drive around, Rachel? Did you drive?
Yeah, we did. We drove. Look at this. Bloody hell. Hey, what you got here, Rachel? Here, make me big, Glenn. We'll show the lad.
I don't know how to make it big.
Do you, so that little blue circle on my picture down below in the top left corner, you'll see a blue thing. There you go. Now take off Bob's comments because we're blocking up. There's Oxfordshire. So this here is a map of Oxfordshire, the hundreds. And it's just a beautiful map. The colors and everything work. Now you can make me smile. You just click it again and I'll pop back out.
Yep.
Boom. More power over your stream now, Glenn.
Yes.
I have this is my map of London over here because my last name is St. John, St. as they like to tell me.
St. John's Wood.
Yeah. But this is like, it's like an illustrated map of England and Wales with all the different areas. And then the picture of the Tower Bridge that I took when I was there in 2016 on some canvas. So
I wonder if you and I crossed each other's paths. I was there in 2016 too.
I was there in January for about 8 days.
Okay, I was in March for about 8 days.
Yeah, it was my senior year of college, and like I'd say we've traced my genealogy, and I mean I'm pretty Anglo-Saxon. I'm about as Anglo-Saxon as it comes.
Yes. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't judge you. I have a very tiny little bit of Anglo-Saxon DNA for Norwich, but I was adopted. My dad's mom was from Lewisham in South London, but his dad's Welsh. So, and they're all hoity-toity type Welsh people. And in fact, Sam St. John, it's my first cousin 3 times removed was the chairman of the board of the British Gramophone Company. And he went out and said to his nephew, go to St. John's Wood. I need you to buy something. He goes out there to buy a recording studio on Abbey Road, 1929. You look it up. And the guy's name was Trevor Lloyd Wynne Williams, the co-founder and chairman of British Gramophone Company. Of course, Nipper, My Voice, RCA Victor, but they also used it for the British Gramophone Company. He was the guy that went out and hired the guy. Him and his partner created the company. Of course, Abbey Road's so historic and famous. Sent his nephew out. We need a new recording studio that we're getting, and it turned out to be Abbey Road.
Wow,
cool story. That's a fun story.
When did they change the name to Abbey Road from EMI Studios?
I don't know. I think Abbey Road is just a colloquial expression of it all. Everybody came to know it as Abbey Road. Where's the studio? It's on Abbey Road. Because Abbey Road's named because there's an abbey there.
Yeah.
Everything. England's very practical. Where's your granny live? Well, on Church Lane. Because you go up the lane, the church is right there, and there's a whole bunch. Everybody's got a high street. It's not because it's the high end of town. It's rolling terrain, and so you got the high streets, and you've got because it's Main Street USA over here, but over there it's they call it the high street. And church, there's always a church street all over. Every town in England's got one. It's absolutely fascinating. And anybody who's ever gotten into this stuff, isn't it amazing when you've gone and you see like the baptismal font that your great grandparent may have been baptized in? The same thing's still there. And you go to these old churches. I'll do one more, and they'll tell you, it's recently been renovated though. Oh, when did that happen? 1600. We gave the church an update. It's like because it was built in 1200. You go, oh my God. We have nothing like that over here.
That's funny. Yeah, it's such a great country.
Yeah, we have McDonald's.
Our friend Richard McCook is here.
We have McDonald's in America that are 40 years old. That's about it.
Richard just did a video on David Bowie best of comps. It was actually pretty interesting. Speaking
of David Bowie, Glenn, I mean, people that know me know I'm not a David Bowie fan, really. But I'm supposed to be playing a gig on the 30th at our little restaurant, about an hour for me, and I'm thinking I'm going to be adding Modern Love to my set.
Oh, good song, yeah.
Really? That'd be just solo acoustic guitar, Modern Love.
Yep. I've
That'd
been
be
working on it.
interesting.
I've been working on it. I think it can work.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I've been trying to think of like something Halloween to do because it's the day before Halloween, but I don't know. I'm probably not.
You know his song, his hit "Let's Dance."
Uh-huh.
If you listen to the live at Glastonbury CD, that's one of the last songs on the album, and he starts it off playing it like before it gets into the the disco type thing. It's just like he does it like a ballad. The first couple of verses, it sounds really good. That would work too if you'd slowed it down. And
Yeah.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on Dylan, Adam? I mean Dylan Bowie.
On Bowie?
Yeah.
Well, I love Bob Dylan and David Bowie.
Bob Dylan sings Modern Love.
Well, I have become a Bowie fanatic over the past
You
year.
still have to go see the documentary.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm dying to see it.
Yeah, I've got to watch it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need it just to come in. I need that to be streamed or to come out in video or something.
Turn off all the lights and watch it.
Yeah. It was a sneak peek of the acoustic Bowie cover. Oh, no, we're not going to get a...
Not for me. No, I can't sing right now. I'll cough.
Okay. Oh, Rachel's going to do it.
This is for Richard McCook. Didn't know what time it was, the lights were low. Oh, leaning back on his radio. Oh, oh, oh. Some cat was laying down some rock and roll out his soul, he said. And I forgot, yeah, that's it.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so
how can you not be a Bowie fan?
Man, I love Bowie.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just I can't. Something about it. I can't do it.
I'm going to see Eddie, Iron Maiden's mascot. It's going to be Eddie.
Not Eddie Munster. Or Eddie Haskell for that matter.
Thank you, Richard. We love Bowie. And we love T-Rex too, Mark Boland.
Hell yeah, Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my buddy, Deep Track Zach. I did the show too early. Zach's been so busy. I don't see enough of him.
I didn't know there was a new Proclaimers album. Well, go check that out.
There you go. He'll get back to us.
That'll be on my Christmas list.
Brilliant. You got a brilliant, Rachel, from Richard.
Yeah, I know. That's high praise in England, I'm telling you. Or Ireland, Northern Ireland, as the case may be.
Yeah. He's probably had too many Guinness.
Some Guinness.
You sound good.
Guinness
Rachel, the more Guinness Richard drinks, the better you sound.
Isn't Guinness like a Southern beer, though? Isn't that from
I think I always tease him about it, and he doesn't drink it.
Yeah.
It's called Dentures Out. The
Cool.
Proclaimers
But
album.
yeah, Bowie's fantastic.
Deep Track Zach has been busy.
Yeah, Zach's great, and he's got his brothers Andy and Luke, and he's the head brother. He's the oldest of the gang, and their mom Donna Jo, lovely lady, and they've been big supporters over on my channel. You guys are great, Zach.
Pretty cool. Nice.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, Zach. Very nice to see you on here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and Sam, how have you been feeling? I know you were fighting the cold, the cough, all this.
Yeah, I had a second rebound of strep. I had strep a couple weeks ago, and then had a week off, and then I picked it back up a week ago today, and I'm getting better. My energy is still not 100%, but I mean my fever's gone, and my cough is very minimum. It's when I start talking a long time is when it really kicks in.
Yeah, like doing this kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, and did you guys discuss Joe Mayo at all?
No.
I sent him best wishes this morning. I hear he's in hospital, maybe COVID related or something.
Video said COVID.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I saw Matt Street's video this morning. Kind of
Ed over at the King's Court is wishing him well. So he talked to him, or he got word somehow, but he's doing better. Is what I want to say about
That's good. That's scary when you get hospitalized with COVID, man. That can
and of course Joe's got some of the comorbidity factors, so you don't want any of that. He's not 20, put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. No, that could hit any of us and get real serious real fast.
Yeah. So less is more
Yeah.
when it comes to all that.
So all the best to Joe. absolutely. Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's
That
teasing
was one of the
us
best
now.
bands ever.
That's
Sorry.
hurtful.
He's
Yeah.
teasing me because I hate Plateau.
Really? You do?
Yeah, can't stand them.
Wow, I didn't know that. I
What
love
was
I
that big
love
hit they had? I just can't. That song is like nails on a blackboard to me.
which one? Which one? Sub Rosa Subway? Back in 1870,
no,
all along the great calling occupants of
that one. Oh,
interplanetary
stop!
bound.
Stop!
Okay, hold on. Oh, did you ever hear? What about Juicy Lucy?
I don't.
Or-
I can't get past calling all occupants. I can't. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care if they
Whatever
need the
happens
next
is that
Sergeant
you lost
Pepper's.
them at that thing.
That song. That band
What
is,
about Knee Deep in Love? You can't
I
even
don't
handle
care.
that.
I don't
Knee
want to hear
deep in
anything else.
love.
You
You're
made
another
that.
one. Oh my gosh!
You made
They're
that
so
one song that I
beating me.
absolutely despise, and that's it.
Well,
I'm out.
Oh,
I'll
that
never
is
forgive
harsh.
you.
Poor
Yeah.
Klaatu. I got 4 Klaatu albums. I better not
Yeah.
tell Glenn that.
Yeah, no. Larry Graves always teases me about it. He did a
Well,
video the other
Larry,
day
yeah.
teasing me about it.
He just
Well,
recently
and
teased
Sparks, you didn't warm up to Sparks either.
I don't. You know what? I appreciate Sparks, and I've got like 3 or 4 Sparks albums in my collection
Oh
now.
wow, that's
So
even that's
I'm
better
okay
than
with
me.
Sparks.
Yeah, I've just got 2 right now.
Yeah,
They're hard to find though in the wild.
they are. Yeah, but yeah, I managed to grab a few of them. I'm telling you, I am obsessed with this guy. Randall Nelson turned me on to an album, The Blasters. You ever listen to The Blasters?
No, I have to. I probably know them if I heard them.
Well, they play like rockabilly rock. It's really like the songs are all like 2 minutes
I have
long.
heard them. Now I totally know who they are. I've
Well, the
played them on
Alvin
my
brothers,
show.
Dave and Phil Alvin, and I fallen in love with this Dave Alvin guy. What a guitar player.
Okay.
Dave Alvin, and I picked the CD up used yesterday. It's called King of California. Sam, you would love this album. All
Okay.
acoustic, great songs. It goes from roots rock to country to folk to blues. It's all acoustic. Really, guy's an amazing guitarist, great vocal. I can't believe I'd never heard this album before.
Yeah, we played the Blasters on the show before. You know, people at requests things, hey, you got to check this out, and so we put them on.
Yeah, they're a pretty good band. But Dave Alvin, what a talented guy. I see a lot of Klaatu in the bargain bins. Yeah, you would see it in my bargain bin. That's for
Now,
sure.
Glenn, even though you don't like them, that's Klaatu. You know where they get the name from? You know where
I
they
don't
get
even
the
want to
name
say the
from?
name right. I don't like
Hold
them.
on. Do you know why? Do you know why the whole Beatles thing started with those guys?
Oh, I know. That's another thing that turned me off because it didn't sound anything like the Beatles, and they were trying to make it sound like that was the Beatles in disguise. Give me a break.
Well, but they took all these Beatle riffs, like on Sub Rosa Subway.
Yeah.
Back in 1870, all along the Great White Bay, Alfred Beach worked secretly, risking all to ride. It's gone to Brahmsian tunes, and it goes.
The Beatles. Could you imagine Lennon McCartney writing a song with those lyrics? Never.
No, but George Harrison. It's actually based on a true story of how the subway in New York was built. But it's got little riffs of Beatles lifted right out, like "Leave Me Alone, Mrs. Vanderbilt." That kind of rhythms in there, and then it's all too much. They got that sound in. They got the horns. You know, you got your Sergeant Pepper riffs and all this stuff.
You're too into them, Rachel.
Weren't they
from? Where are they from?
Klaatu, Toronto.
Yeah, is it Toronto?
Yeah,
I thought it was West Coast.
They're Ontario.
Kick them out.
And so, but the thing is that Ringo started Goodnight Vienna. And on the cover of Goodnight Vienna, you got Ringo outside the spaceship and the robot.
Mm-hmm.
And in the movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still from like 1962 or so, you've got the space guy and he comes up, Barada Klaatu Niktu, or Niktu Barada Klaatu. And they ripped the line off from the movie. And then that's why they thought it might be the Beatles, because Ringo had done Goodnight Vienna and they figure, Klaatu, that's what the robot said. There's another clue for you all, Ringo. So there was a whole bunch of thought, you know, how the Beatle freaks are on. Those freaks was right when they said you was dead.
Very interesting. I can't do it. Sorry. Dave,
Paul,
I got a backup there. Dave Alvin is great. Yes, he is.
Paul wrote Rockwood.
Zach's got, your friend Zach's got that David Alvin CD. It's awesome. What a good looking group here. I would have to say. So this might be the best looking group in the history of the vinyl community.
Thank you, Jazzy Panda Husky.
People dumped them after they found out the Beatles thing was an urban legend. Yeah. Stupid. That was, I don't know. I swallowed that for about half a second. Who wrote Rocky Raccoon? Paul. Horrible. I like Rocky Raccoon.
Rocky Raccoon's great.
I do too.
That's a fun song.
Somewhere Black Mountain Hill, South Dakota, little young boy named Raccoon. One day, one ran off with another guy. Hit young Rocky. Rocky didn't like it.
He didn't like that.
No.
Just checked Amazon. The Stones mono box is $2.89 CD.
Yeah, the CD is available, but what we're looking for is to get those records back. We want the vinyl, Bob.
Yeah, and in Europe, Amazon UK and I think Spain or something had it advertised for a while, and we all pre-ordered it, and then the order disappeared, or the orders are still there.
The orders are there, but no hype, no promo, no nothing.
No promo of it, so we're all waiting to see if it's going to be released. The date was August or October something, 21st.
Yeah, October 21. October 21.
Yeah, it just seems odd that they haven't made an announcement yet.
Shadow Man, stop! You're killing me with your Rocky Raccoon rendition.
That'll well, if it's a win-win for me, because if it turns out that it doesn't happen, I've got $350 to spend on something else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's the deal. I mean, that Dylan box is looking interesting. The Elvis one looks interesting too. The same idea as the Elvis answer to the Dylan box, 60 albums.
Oh, really?
Right there, boom. And
Is
so
that
we're going
something
for
new
about
that's
the
come
same
out?
price.
The Elvis box?
Been out for about 4 or 5 years or so now.
There's one that I want. I know that Chris Profi showed Johnny Cash.
Oh, that
the
Johnny Cash box is awesome.
Do you have it, Glenn?
No, but I it's awesome. I don't know if I need that much Johnny Cash in my life.
Yeah. The Johnny Cash, the Bob Dylan, the Elvis, it's all the same thing. It's their entire lengthy discography is all in one swell swoop. And that's the beauty of it. But you pay the price choice for it, you know?
Yeah, the last time I checked for the Cash, it was under 300. It was like 260, 250.
Yeah.
Which is
I've got the Johnny Cash Legend box. It's kind of or set that's kind of a big long thing.
Oh, the tall boy.
The tall one. It's got
the one that Chris
has,
CDs.
It's got it's got everything you'd need plus more, I think. But
the one that Chris has stops, I think, in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of the Rick Rubin stuff.
Rocky Raccoon's got a great melody. Paul, the Beatles, all the Beatles had tremendous gifts at melody. They're so good.
Boy, Shadow Man does not like Rocky Raccoon.
He does not like it. What about Why Don't We Do It in the Road? No one will be watching. Why don't we do it? But John Lennon, being typical Lennon, goes, that's his best song. That's the best thing he ever did, McCartney.
No vinyl listed. No, there's no vinyl listed. They took the listing down, but our pre-orders are still active. Amazon UK.
Yeah, it's only in the UK, Bob. And Spain, as they're saying. Oh, and also Whitstone. I probably got the name wrong, but there's White House Publishing or Whitstone Publishing. This publishing house, W.H. Smith. That's it, W.H. Smith. They're also listing it. So who knows?
And you see the Stones
are colored vinyl.
Stones are in New York, recording, putting the finishing touches on a new album.
Oh, they really?
Wow.
I'll believe it when I see it.
No, they're there. They're going into the recording studio every day.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly they have some backing tracks that Charlie was on before he died. So
I know they had done like 4 or 5 tracks before he died. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're recording the rest now. There's going to be a new Stones album, definitely.
Oh, wow.
I'm guessing. My guess is probably the last one.
So Richard McCook was asking Adam about his vinyl sound. How does your vinyl sound, Adam?
Well, I'm actually going to be listening to it very soon, tonight, actually. So I'll let you know how it sounds once I hear it.
The vinyl for what?
The vinyl that got made.
Oh, your record.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to be reviewing that soon.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear it.
Wow.
All right, gents. I've taken up enough of your good time. Glenn.
Thanks, Rachel. I always appreciate you coming on with us. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
Great. Rachel,
take care. We love you.
Sam, we do American Salute. We do the Canadian British one too. We do it all. And we do the John Wayne, which is
The John Wayne.
John Wayne.
Yeah.
He breaks his wrist. Yeah.
Take care.
You
Play
guys
some
are great.
plateau.
Take care.
Adam, nice seeing you on the TV show.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye,
Peace and
everybody.
love.
Bye, Peanut
Bye.
Gallery.
The lovely Rachel. Go to Rachel's Ghost.
Oh,
There we go. Wow, that's interesting.
Never seen it like that before.
Me neither. I didn't even touch anything. That just happened. I like it.
do you?
No,
Makes
you don't
me-
like that?
It makes me look thin.
Well, that's good.
It is good. After the calzone, I could use it.
After that calzone, yeah, I'm like out of the picture. Wow. How do I make it smaller?
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
You guys like that better?
Did you see? I mean, the big news is that Ringo canceled the rest of his tour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
COVID rebound.
he's got
Yeah.
COVID.
You know, when you're 81, 82 years old, man, you got to think about this stuff, right? It's just not worth it.
Well, that's why Neil Young doesn't tour right now.
Yeah.
He says, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Cheers,
Yeah.
Rachel's. Yes. Rachel's the best. Worst Beatle lyric. Hello, goodbye. Great melody, horrible lyrics.
That's a good
agree.
question. What is the worst Beatles lyric? Of like a real song, not like a snippet or something like that.
Well, why don't we do it in the road? I mean, there's not much to that.
No, there isn't.
What do you mean?
Well, there's no lyrics. It's just the same words through the whole song. Why don't we do it in the road? That's all he
Oh,
says.
well, okay. Well, yeah.
So
yeah.
that's got to be up there.
Because like I'm not even gonna count like Wild Honey Pie or anything.
No,
like that.
no. You can't count the stupid kind of little bits they put in the
The
middle of the
jams and like Dig It and stuff like that.
I would pick. Why don't we do it in the road? Is there another one?
No,
I'm not big into Savoy truffle.
Really? I think it's
No.
kind of cool.
Nah.
I like that we rhymed all the different desserts and stuff, and you'll have to have them all pulled out after the Savoy truffle. That's a really cool line.
Mm.
Huh.
I'm trying to think of another.
I can't.
What's
really
the
think of one.
absolute best? Let's turn it around. What's the absolute best Beatle lyric? Don't talk about the melody of the song or the vocal performance or the instruments. Just lyric.
Best, just
If you just sat staring at lyrics on a page, which is the best Beatles song?
nah.
Yeah.
And
The End.
In My Life might be up there.
In My Life could be up there for sure. Yeah, that's definitely like the most, probably the most introspective Beatles song. I
Yeah.
would say. Which
My
is what you
second,
get.
What'd you say, Adam?
it's my second favorite Beatles song in my life.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, to be cliche, the lyrics to Yesterday are pretty perfect.
Yeah, they are.
The best Beatle lyric, and in the end, yeah, that is as a line, that is the absolutely. I think so too. The crowning achievement.
Little couplet there.
Yeah. Eleanor Rigby. Yeah, Eleanor Rigby's kind of a cool lyric. Here, There, and Everywhere. That's that was my wedding song. So it has some special meaning.
I love the line. Some people give this line a lot of flack. From While My Guitar Gently Weeps, where he says, as I'm sitting here doing nothing but aging, still my guitar gently weeps.
Yeah, that's the line that they never put in the final
Yeah,
song.
that they didn't put out. I love that lyric.
Yeah.
I love that lyric.
Yeah.
Some people are like, what does that mean? Like,
Yeah.
it means everything. You're old. The guitar is still doing its
Weeping.
thing.
I'm so lonely, want to die. Yeah. Just like Dylan's Mr. Jones. Yesterday's a beautiful lyric. Yeah. I'm looking through you while my guitar gently weeps.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Across the Universe would be up there for me, too. That's got gorgeous lyrics.
That's very, you can tell Dylan, I mean, Lennon pulled some Dylan from that one.
Yeah.
That consciousness.
Very cool. Yeah, like from the letterbox and all. The imagery in that sounds excellent. That's great choice, Zach.
And Penny Lane is quite a good story song.
Yeah.
Lots of imagery, little vignettes.
Yeah. It's interesting. That would make an interesting video. Just pick the top 10 song lyrics.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
I would pick Dylan's Every Grain of Sand and put it up there too.
Are you talking about just Beatles lyrics or
No,
songs?
no. If I just took any band or just a
Oh yeah, well, Every Grain of Sand and With God on Our Side are two of my lyrical masterpieces. Not
yeah.
my lyric, but in
Yeah,
my
no, I would
list.
I would put them both in the top 5 Dylan as lyrics only. If you made them into said they were poems instead of songs,
Oh yeah, well yeah,
which ones would be yes, that'd be a cool video. We should do that.
yeah. Sam Stone would be up there for me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But,
Do you listen to John Prine at all, Adam?
I've only heard his self-titled album.
the first one.
That's a
Yeah.
good album. Do you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I've got him right here next to me.
Dylan might cover 9 of my
All
top
the time.
10. Yeah, I agree with you, Zach. Dylan,
Yeah.
yeah, there'd be if you were making just lyric only top 10
That
songs,
would be-
Dylan might be the top 10.
I don't know if I could rank 10 songs because that's difficult. There are some. I mean, the whole like for me, it would even go back. I know Glenn, you don't like this genre, but like the standards, like a song like September Song.
Oh no, there's some beautiful old songs.
Which I mean, I know you know Willie's version really well.
Yeah.
Like
Stardust. Oh
Oh.
man.
Yeah, those early love songs, it's hard to beat them.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, well, I
Excuse
Kiss
me while I
This Guy.
kiss this guy. Yeah. Jimmy actually was a great lyricist. He had some beautiful songs. Angel and oh man. Little Wing. They're all gorgeous lyrics.
I just
Yeah.
listen. Dylan. I mean, I keep saying Dylan. Willie Nelson has that live from Budokan coming out, and he's also releasing it on CD in November. And he released a live version of "Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground." That song is just an
Yeah.
absolute killer song. I love his singing on that.
My favorite song lyrically and musically for Dylan is "Sooner or Later One of Us Must Know." That's one of my all-time favorite Dylan songs too. I want probably my
I
second,
didn't mean to treat
second
you
favorite
so
song off of Blonde on Blonde. And you know what my
bad.
first one is?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
all-time favorite song.
Oh, here's another great lyricist and a great song,
Ooh,
Poncho
yeah.
and Lefty.
That'll make an appearance during my playing on the 30th.
Wow.
That song.
I mean, Towns had a lot of mental issues. Do you think that was like he could almost, I don't know if he was diagnosed split personality, but he seemed to have one. And maybe it was alcohol driven, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I almost think Poncho and Lefty is both sides of Towns being put into a lyric.
That's interesting.
No,
No,
I kissed the sky. Yes, it is.
Kiss This Guy is what I always
Oh,
thought.
John Prine lyrics for "In Spite of Ourselves." Oh, that is so cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
what a great song. I am always on the lookout for Iris DeMent CDs. You can't find them anywhere.
You can find her albums around here every now and then.
Really?
On
if you ever
vinyl
find one,
record.
pick it up for me, and I'll pay you for it
Okay.
next time I see you.
I haven't
It's
been to a
like-
record store other than the John Prine at the brewery, the pop-up store. I haven't been to a record store in months.
Oh, I don't know if you saw my yesterday because I had my daughter's baby shower yesterday, so I had like 4 or 5 hours to myself because all the women were wrapped up in a baby shower. And I hit 2 used record stores, and these were all $8 each. I got the double Chicago Transit Authority,
Oh yeah.
absolute mint condition, mint. The second Chicago album, again mint, $8 for double albums.
I have that one somewhere in here.
And that to me, they're the only 2 Chicago albums you need in your collection. And I got the Blasters live in London, I think it is.
Yeah.
And of course, the Bill Monroe. You saw this. The Bill Monroe, strictly instrumentals, good bluegrass album. Little Feat. Feats Don't Fool Me Now. This is an awesome record. And Johnny Guitar. Or Johnny Guitar. Might as well be Johnny Guitar. Johnny Winter.
Johnny Winter.
Guitar Slinger. I just freaking love those. Here's some comments on Towns. Was definitely bipolar. His parents put him in shock treatment therapy. Yeah. Did you ever see the documentary on Towns?
No,
It's the saddest thing you've ever seen in your life. It's really sad.
I've heard it's pretty
I
rough.
had it and I lent it to someone that never gave it back to me, and I've never found it since. If I ever found it again, I'd buy it. But you watch it once and you're just in tears.
Yeah.
For such a incredible talent. He had a tortured existence.
Yeah.
Got him. The first two Chicago, yeah, they're just right up there. Sam Aerosmith do a song called St. John on Permanent Vacation album.
Thank you, Bob. I'll probably not listen to it because it's Aerosmith, but
Yeah.
I'm glad to know it's out there.
Do you share that dislike for Aerosmith with me?
I can take them enough. I mean, for me, like I love the song "Dream On." I love that song.
Yeah.
But some of like the '80s crap and the '90s crap,
Hey, Jordan.
can't do it.
I can't. I just can't do Aerosmith. I think Steven Tyler's the most annoying human being that ever lived. And
I would go see Aerosmith a million times before I went to go see Bon Jovi, though.
Oh, Be Here to Love Me. That's the name of the documentary. Thanks, Zach.
I think Bon Jovi for
find
me,
it, man. It's so good.
Bon Jovi for me is the way Aerosmith is for you. I think.
Yeah.
I can't stand Bon Jovi.
I'm starting to get that way with Bon Jovi. I can't, when I hear it now, when I hear a song, I go, yeah, I don't like that anymore.
Yeah.
But I never really was a big Bon Jovi fan. I like Richie Sambora.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a great voice, and he put out a solo album when Bon Jovi was really
he's not with them
up in their
anymore.
game, which was actually really good.
Yeah.
There's a documentary come up TVO called about Teenage Head. Oh yeah, that documentary has aired. It's about 2 years old now, and it's an incredible documentary. I understand you can watch it free on YouTube too, so you might want to check that. But while we're seeing, even if you don't know, if you've never heard of the band Teenage Head, fantastic documentary. This was a punk band from just outside a place outside Toronto called Hamilton, Ontario. And they were really popular. They did some great stuff. And when they say punk, it was more rock and punk. It wasn't like, in your face. They were actually pretty talented. Their albums are pretty good. And but they had a lot of crap happen to them. One of the guys was manic depressive, and they showed all the stages of him in depression where he couldn't play with them and stuff like that. And just recently, unfortunately, I can't remember the guy's name now. One of the members of the band living with his son, and he's in his late 60s, I guess. His son murdered him.
Oh.
So that's a sad ending to the band, but just a really special Canadian band. You should look up Teenage Head on YouTube, and I think the video's there. It's worth watching.
There's a really good documentary that I found earlier in the week on Prime about Jose Feliciano. It's really good. That guy did a lot, and he did. Incredible musician, talented musician. He's still alive, and he's just happy with his life.
So back in I'd say mid '90s, one of my buddies that I did business with, we used to frequent this restaurant all the time, close to his office, and go for lunch. And the guy who owned it was his best friend was Jose Feliciano.
Mm.
And whenever Jose came into town, he would go in the restaurant and play. And they would have like a private session with Jose Feliciano entertaining, his friends and whatever. And I could have had an invite, but he just never showed up when I was hanging out around then. I was really excited to kind of get to go, but never happened.
Yeah, he just, the way that he can play the guitar is just, nobody should be able to play the guitar like that. It literally makes me want to sell all my guitars.
Yeah, he's a brilliant musician.
He is.
Got to hear them once in Thorold. That's good. Teenage Head. Wow. Very cool.
I think I might go now, guys, if that's all right.
That's okay, Adam. Thanks so much for coming on, buddy.
I've got to charge my phone now.
Everybody check out What's the Gym channel and follow Adam.
Adam.
Makes some great videos.
Thank you.
Have a great day, Adam.
Have a good night, Adam.
You guys around. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Aha! It's just me. It's just the Cosmic Torpedoes now.
Yeah, the screen. Somebody said this was a good-looking group. It's now.
Yeah, now it's gone downhill. Yeah. Gone downhill really fast.
I feel like I'm Mr. Rogers here. I've got my cardigan on, like rocking in my chair, like, hello everyone. Welcome to the Cosmic Conversation.
Yeah, the Cosmic Conversations. So I uploaded. You saw that I uploaded the our Tom Petty cover there.
Yeah, from over the summer.
It's got 98 views so far. I'm just trying. Can please get to 100. It's gone from 90. The next day's 93, and the next day's 94.
Isn't that funny?
Come on, just 2 more views.
How things do that. You were talking about your Revolver video, which that's awesome. That's gone that high. And so like it made me want to, like, in terms of how many views you got. So I went on and like you can like resort your videos based on how popular they are. My highest was from like a year and a half ago, where I talked about the new Brian Wilson solo piano album. It got 1.3 thousand, but I'm like, how can I can't get anything else to go? I've got a few that I've hit 1,000, but I can't get anything to hit more than like 400, and that's rare when that happens. I'm like, I tag it, I do all that stuff.
There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for it. That's what gets me. Like I can do
months.
one. Sometimes I do a video go, and this is going to go viral. Like I'm going to get 1 million views on this.
I do too,
I get lucky if it reaches 100.
Yeah. The last one that I had that did okay was when I reviewed my Paul McCartney concert. And that was a 30-minute video, and I got like 600 likes. But
yeah,
I'm like, you know, what? Like I'll do an unboxing, because those usually do well, or like I'll do like an album announcement like the day it comes out, and half the time they don't do anything. And then when they
do a lot of tags. Do you do a lot of tags?
I have more so recently.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, but even still,
like when I do any video I do, I put tags, like not as hashtags, but under the tags.
Yeah, in the
box there. I
Yeah.
put ranking video, I put music discussion, I put classic rock, I put every genre of music, I put every vinyl records, record collections.
Yeah.
I put about 30 of them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Revolver one really took off, and now because I've reordered it, I feel really bad. How am I going to go on and have any integrity whatsoever and say, yeah, here's the new Revolver set?
Yeah, that's the thing. We'll all get Revolver. I don't remember. What is the date now for the CD?
Well, now it's not confirmed, but some people are saying it's back into the first 2 weeks of November before it's going to come out. So,
there's going to be 100 videos of people unboxing it and reviewing it, and they're all going to do well.
Yeah. People, but if you're the first, like if you know somebody, a local record store who has it in on the night before it comes out, and you can grab it and do it the next morning, you'll have like 2,000 views.
Well, some guys like Larry or Joe that have connections like the Lennon estate, like when they get the thing, they'll get like 3 days early, and so they're able to do that.
Yeah. I'm not so worried about that one, but because that's going to be like everybody and their brother's going to talk about that one. I'm not too. I'll be more happy to do the Petty one or one of those ones that aren't.
Yeah. I'll be happy to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. I've thought about. I've been tinkering in my head, because I've been looking up ways to like better YouTube channel, because I got up to 538 or 39 subscribers, and then it dropped to like 536, and I can't get it back up. And so one of the tips that they say for building your channel is to start another channel, but keep your current channel, but like to do like a more specialized one. Like if I was to just do a Tom Petty channel, see how that does, and then like the Tom Petty people, you can say, oh, by the way, I've got this other channel where I talk about everything. So I've thought about doing it, but then you've got to stay on top of like every little bit of news, like, Tom Petty's daughter got a haircut today, and you got to talk about it. And
a Dylan channel would be cool.
Dylan channel would be cool, but then again, like you have to stay on top of it. Like when that book comes out, you got to read the book quick in order to get your thoughts out about the book, or just
okay. So have you read? I've been excited about this new book he's got coming out, discussing this certain amount of songs and stuff like that. Have you read any of the excerpts they've released?
No, I've avoided it.
There's two. I haven't ordered the book, but they've released excerpts. If you go, if you just
like a chapter
look at the internet, they've released 2 of the songs, and he discusses them.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of gibberish. I'm not going to buy the book now. It turned me right off.
What do you mean? How so?
Well, he doesn't talk about the songs the way I would want them to be talked about, like the importance of the song at the time or anything like that. It's just he uses it. He's Dylan. He could bunch of stuff that you just go, this just makes no sense to nobody but him. Like it it just did not hit me at all. And I went, I'm so disappointed. And if this is what he's going to do, I wish I could remember some of the phrasings he uses. And it's like, he'll start talking about some Greek god in the 13th century and how it related to something. It's just like out there. And I'm going, this is not what I wanted to read. So I doubt I'm buying it.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question.
Unless I get an autographed one.
That won't happen.
Yeah. It won't.
Yeah.
Try being a blogger these days. I have 18 subscribers.
Yeah. I've been a blogger, and yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll try this, Stephen. I was a blogger for a year for a music venue, and they didn't post a single one of my blogs because they didn't know how to work the computer system, and they didn't want me to try. So I did all these blogs and didn't get any. Like, I didn't get a single one of them posted.
So Bob says its release date is October 28th. My delivery date says November 13th. It was November 3rd. I called. They said it should be first week of November for Revolver. Interesting. I'm back. I had to go to the bathroom real quick. Oh, well, thanks for that information. I'm glad it was real quick. You're not having any issues. We could start doing hemorrhoid commercials on our show.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that'll be our new channel. We'll just do infomercials.
Maybe that's what you need to do. Not do music, just do how to deal with hemorrhoids and see how many people.
Yeah, I bet you. I know who would jump on that with me. Would be Jeff Witcher.
Yeah. How to cure plantar fasciitis by Sam St. John.
Yeah, and other fun tips. Yeah. How to manage the gout.
Well, even like Larry Graves is, he pretty much made a name for himself in doing more comedy videos and
like
food reviews. That's how he started, right? And but now when he goes back to that, even he says like people don't watch. He does a new comedy thing, and so usually they're pretty witty, and but people aren't watching them.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I know like Joe, he has that second channel with movies where he talks about movies, and I know it frustrates him a lot because he'll be talking about like old movies, and Joe probably has 22,000, 23,000 subscribers. He's kind of like Mazzy, like around the same level, and he gets frustrated because he can't break a certain crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, the audiobook has like a bunch of different actors, and Dylan is on a few segments too.
Yeah, that kind of intrigues me. If Bob was doing, because I love Bob when he does that. Like I used to love listening to his radio show.
Theme Time Radio is so fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that old time kind of preacher man voice or whatever he did. How he did it.
Well, the old clock on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah. He was
Did you listen to the new one he did last year?
Dry, and he got mad at me for saying that. Larry's got this zero tolerance policy now for anybody who puts a negative comment on him. He's just like, "You're out of here. I haven't got time for this. I don't feel well. I got chronic pain. I'm out." Oh, I love Larry.
What's the score of the game?
Commercial.
Okay. Yeah, Rich, I'm pitted up against the Rented Mules this week, and at one point it was like they were ahead. They were going to be ahead 73-71. I'm like, Rich, what are you doing to me? I'm like, why is this so even? He's like, oh, you'll beat them. But right now I'm projected to win, but not by much, by like 12 points.
Oh, I'm just going to look and see.
For those that don't know, we're on a fantasy league. Some of us in the VC, and
I can give you the updated scores in the fantasy league.
Rich
John's band is beating me 31-16. I thought I might have a bad week this week, but you never know. Team Doc, I guess it's Doc and Reservoir Dogs. Doc's 20-5. You are losing 42-34 to the Rented Mules right now.
But I'm projected to.
Yeah, you'll cream them.
Like my quarterback's not in yet.
I'm really worried this week for myself.
Yeah, so Rich Strickler, who hosts the thing, for those that don't know, he made a team where it's just a bunch of throwaway players. It's supposed to be an automatic win for whoever's playing them that week, and I'm playing them this week. And at one point, we were like 50-50.
Yeah, they're actually not a bad team.
I know. I'm like, Ryan
He did too good a
Tannehill?
job.
Yeah, because Tannehill was his was the backing quarterback because whoever he had before he put in.
Ooh, so right now it's saying Uncle Junk John's band's got a 62% chance of beating me.
Is
But
that Randy?
I got Jalen Hurts coming up at 4 o'clock, and he's already got Joe Burrow playing, a quarterback who's got 13 points. So
No, Uncle John's Caleb, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm not doing too well right now.
I'm projected to beat the Mules by 9.
Wow, that's not much.
No, it's not. I'm like, come on now. I know Randy really needs a win. He's like 5 wins, 5 losses now. Yeah, Randy's 0-5, and so are the Renton Mules. So that's
yeah, but Randy just won the I don't feel sorry for Randy because he just won the baseball pool.
Oh, did he? Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, so if he finishes last in the football pool, I'm quite happy.
Yeah, it serves him right. Take that, Randy.
No, there's Bob talking about Larry. Yeah.
Yeah, you and Rich have the 2 highest scores.
What do you think is the most heaviest song ever?
Oof, I mean, I can't say because I don't listen to a lot of heavy stuff.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm telling you, some stuff like some stuff by Tool and bands like that are considered like progressive metal, I guess.
Some
Or
stoner
really
rock
some
too.
that just I don't mind heavy music, but I like dynamics in music. And if it's just all for the whole song, that does nothing for me. But if a song starts off acoustically or
One of
all of a
the
sudden there's a bit of
earliest
drums and then it goes into a heavy guitar thing and then it comes back something interesting.
One of the heaviest like early classic rock songs is Dazed and Confused. That down. That's like that early metal, if you want to call it that.
Well, for me, being around went from the British invasion, that listen to music, I'll tell you, when the Kinks come out with "You Really Got Me," that was pretty freaking heavy.
Yeah,
that was the heaviest guitar I'd ever heard.
Yeah.
The answer is Helter Skelter. The Helter Skelter is probably the heaviest Beatles song.
Although I want you's pretty heavy.
Even Destruction, that's not really like heavy guitar though or anything. Heavy subject matter.
Lyrically, Barry Maguire just turned like 85, 86.
Oh, really? Yeah.
The other day.
Such a great song. Heavy musically or heavy lyrically, yeah.
Because
lyrically, I was thinking that too. Lyrically, woo.
You could pick some Bob Dylan, like again with God on Our Side's a heavy one.
It might be You're Having My Baby, but by Paul Anka.
Yeah. Or Donka Shane by Wayne Newton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perry Como and the Plastic Ono Band is pretty heavy. I love when Perry worked with the Plastic Ono Band. That was great. Perry and Yoko sound awesome together.
One of my favorite SCTV sketches is the Perry Como bit with
that's Thomas, great. Yeah,
where he's laying down.
Yeah, Mr. Smooth.
Yeah, the woman's holding him up.
Yeah. My Generation was pretty heavy song at the time.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, again, those are like power pop. You listen to like Black Sabbath or there's some heavy. Metallica.
Yeah, I can't stand the screaming metal or
no.
Yeah, it's awful. I don't get it. Some people like it, so that's into them. Tears in Heaven, Clapton would be pretty heavy lyrically. Yeah,
heavy lyrically.
That's a tough one. I don't know how he sings it.
And it's a concert staple.
Yeah,
it's not like Elton John doing an Empty Garden where he doesn't do it. Clapton plays that one.
Yeah. Oh, Elton will never play Empty Garden.
Mm-mm.
Really? No, is that a thing he said?
Yeah, it's got to be like the perfect moment for him to do it. He can't do it. It's just too much for him.
I always liked when Elton John's what's the song about Marilyn Monroe?
Candle in the Wind.
Candle in the Wind, and then he did it for Princess Diana.
Yeah.
And Keith Richards come out and said, "What's this now? A song for dead blondes?"
Yeah, well, I can see him. Like Keith. How cool is Keith Richards? He's up there with Tom Petty.
That's not heavy. That's just sad, but good choice. Yeah. That's awesome.
My sister ended up getting a set list from Punch Brothers.
Oh, Oh, nice.
They actually, because she used to work at the venue where they were, and her old boss, she said that they left a set list on stage, and so she snagged it and kept it for my sister. So she was going to pick it up sometime this week.
That's very cool.
Yeah, my sister's very lucky with that stuff.
Handwritten, or you think it's
no. She sent me the picture.
Yeah, it's typed
But
up.
she makes me upset because she's very lucky with that stuff. And she'll get set lists from bands she doesn't even like, and I'm just like,
Years ago, I was really into collecting rock memorabilia and selling it on eBay back in the mid '90s when eBay was like just starting out. It was really, you could make a lot of money on stupid stuff. So I used to stop because I was a salesman on the road. Every used bookstore, any place I thought antique stores, anywhere I thought might be able to find something. I went into this antique store and they had a bunch of books and magazines sitting back there, and I go through them and I pull out an REM program. They had a program from an REM concert. And I open it up and all the shit falls out. A set list, handwritten set list, and some other, like a backstage pass. And
wow.
And I bought it for $25.
That's insane.
And I took it home and I put it on eBay and I sold it for like $400 US. And that's when US money in Canada was like 40% exchange rate. Like I made at least $500 on that thing.
Have you told that to Brian? Because he's a big REM guy.
Yeah, no, I've never told him. Yeah.
He'd probably.
I couldn't believe it. Like, it's just somebody who was backstage, I guess, and I can't remember if there was autographs or not.
And that would be worth more now because they're disbanded.
Oh, huge. Yeah. If I would have kept it, but I made big money off it.
Yeah. For the time too.
That's actually how we ended up with our honeymoon to Britain, because I ended up opening a US bank account in Canada, and I think I ended up putting I don't know how much money in it, tons, enough to pretty much pay for our trip to England.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
It ain't heavy. It's my brother.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
It is a great song.
The Hollies.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what else is going on. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't have anything big coming in. I got a new CD from 7A Records. They just put out. It's a bunch of Davy Jones songs that it was some covers. He does a version of "Man We Was Lonely" by Paul McCartney.
Really?
Yeah, the album's called Manchester Boy, but it's
Davy Jones. That'd be an interesting song for him.
I can hear him doing it.
I can too.
Yeah, and he does a few covers and then a few originals, but it's like, I think it's mostly like some demos from the 60s and 70s that he did.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it sound kind of show tuney, like Broadway-ish?
I haven't listened. I just got it yesterday, and I was out and about with my dad last night, so I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I know you're not interested in this, but it just came in and it just came out. I got it yesterday. It was Zappa 1975 live in Yugoslavia. I'm really excited to hear this afternoon.
You said it's a smaller band too, right?
Yeah, it's only like a 5 or 6 piece band, so I think it's going to rock. I think there's a lot of guitar on it. So
yeah. No, today I've been listening to, just because of the day, I've been listening to Nick Drake. It's just been good.
I saw that on your Instagram thing. You had
I'll post whenever I'm listening to an album. I put it on my story.
Oh, that's cool. Did his stuff come out in vinyl, or was it just like originally, or was it just CD?
The original 3 albums came out on vinyl, like in the late 60s, and like 68 was when the first one came out.
I thought, for some reason I didn't realize he was around in the 60s. I thought he was like a 90s guy or something.
No, he's not like you'd think of him as like an Elliott Smith kind of guy.
Yeah.
But no, he was like 68, like Astro Weeks.
Oh, I didn't know those albums came out back then. Duh, I'm learning something.
His last one came out like 74. I think Pink Moon.
So of course they were on vinyl. Wow.
Yeah, so they were on vinyl, but they were only issued the one time and then reissued, the last 10 years on digital.
So
vinyl.
If you find original pressings, I imagine
they are big. So my friend Tommy, who you know now, Tommy Burton, the pride of his collection are his 3 Nick Drake albums that he just bought. He said he had to sell a lung, but he's like, I've got to get them, and they're like his pride.
There's original pressings, eh?
Those and his Big Stars. He's a big fan of Big Star, and
I love Big Star too.
He wouldn't trade them for anything.
I have the vinyl LP box. Yeah. So there's a box set you can buy now with the albums.
There's a box set that came out a few years ago. Yeah, with the
Okay.
3 and then some home demos
Yeah.
that he did.
Oh,
So the one that I was listening to today is Time of No
Hola.
Reply, which is some demos and unreleased cuts that came out. Because
Island UK OGs.
yeah, he was on Island. And his mom, she was a songwriter too, and her stuff's collectible as well.
Really?
But if you for some reason see a Nick Drake album, buy it.
Even reissues, or you mean talking about?
No, if it's like the original, if you see for whatever reason like an original,
yeah,
and somebody's passed it over in a bargain bin, if it's $50, buy it because you'll make money off of it even if you don't want it.
Really?
Yeah, they go. I mean, I saw one when I was with Tommy last time I was in Asheville over the summer. Somebody had it up on the wall of a record store, and they had it for like $300.
Wow!
And it was an original Pink Moon.
That's incredible. I will definitely keep my eye open because that used store that I go to, there's 3 of them, and that guy just throws vinyl in there like haphazardly. I can't believe the stuff I find. Like even that Bill Monroe bluegrass, you just don't find that sitting in a bin anywhere.
And I'm telling you, like again, like if you see a Nick Drake album for $100 and it looks like pretty clean, buy it. Even if you don't want it, you'll make money off of it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. They're on my like. If I ever see one, I'll buy it.
Yeah, I would keep it if I ever bought it. Probably.
Yeah.
I'd like to get some of his albums. I only have the 1 CD actually. I need the other 2.
Yeah, you'll like them all, especially if you like that 5 Leaves Left is like Pink Moon. They're very similar, and then Brighter Later is the one with the horns on it.
Yeah. Steven says he bought the Fruit Tree box in the 80s. No one knew who he was until the Volkswagen.
Yeah.
What song did they use in a Volkswagen commercial?
Pink Moon.
Oh, okay.
It was like all these kids were like out driving. It was like a full moon.
Yeah.
Really cool commercial. Yeah. That's when I first heard it. I was a little kid.
Well, I don't remember that.
But Nick Drake, he's one of those guys like you don't know anything about Nick Drake. Nobody knows anything about Nick Drake.
Yeah.
And I know there was a photograph that came out not too long ago of like at a fairground that they thought was Nick Drake. Like a new photo. It was like the back of him with his hair was long. It was like a little kid was watching him and he was just walking down the fairgrounds. People were saying, "Oh, that's Nick Drake." Because he would have been there like around like that weekend. But
how did he pass away?
He took his life.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. People say he had depression. You can tell that from his lyrics. Yeah. And a lot of people think that he was homosexual as well. And he was hiding it. And that contributed to
Well, back in those days, you had to.
Britain,
especially.
Yeah. If you listen to his lyrics, I mean, a lot of it makes sense. But I mean, nobody knows anything. Even like childhood friends say he was a mystery because he didn't. He stuck to himself.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. It blew me away to hear him on TV. Steven sounded like he was a fan even before the commercial.
Well, the song "Northern Sky" is on the opening credits of that Mr. Rogers movie with Tom Hanks.
Oh, is it? I didn't.
When they started playing it, I was like, "Oh, it's Nick Drake."
I don't like Tom Hanks, and I'm not a big Mr. Rogers guy.
Really? Oh, they're 2 of the best people that have ever lived. Glenn Kellaway, please subscribe. He hates Tom Hanks and even hates Mr. Rogers.
Thank you guys for a great time. I'm off. Bob, thanks so much. You are always appreciated.
Grandpa,
have a great day, man. Grandpa and Sammy.
Wow.
That's it. There we go. Not Grandpa yet. Wait till January.
Yeah.
He OD'd on pills. Wow. That's
sad. But a lot of some of it people think it was intentional.
Yeah. And it's amazing that and now I don't know what year he would have done that, but
about 74, 73.
And then 50 years later he's more popular than he could ever imagine.
Yeah, it was 74. He was 26.
Maybe accidental. Yeah, you never know with pills, right?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Super shy as well. He would have had his back to the crowd in a few gigs where he performed.
Yeah, he didn't play. I mean, that's why you don't get any live. Like,
I saw Van Morrison once. He was like that.
Yeah.
The Astro Weeks tour.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Pink Floyd turned their backs too. So doing the Wall.
Yeah. Well, yeah, intentionally, I think.
Yeah. and then just disappeared behind the wall, didn't they?
Yes.
How would you have felt about that first
You
time
want to
seeing
see
it?
that show?
Yeah.
Well, have you ever watched The Wall live in Berlin? The Roger Waters?
No, but I know he had the band and Van Morrison and
You should
Sting.
watch that. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And yeah, so I've kind of seen it because of watching that. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. They
Yeah.
end up on top of like little like the
Like
guitars that
platforms.
show up
Yeah.
on top of the wall kind of and stuff playing and
Yeah.
through Comfortably Numb and everything. So it's kind of cool. And they shine all this stuff all over the wall. So it's part of the performance.
One of the coolest things.
Yeah, Richard Rogers, Julia Child.
Yeah, it was Martin Short was Mr. Rogers.
No film of him at all. Isn't that crazy, eh?
Yeah. No, there was that. I mean, there was obviously the Live 8 reunion of Pink Floyd, but then a few years later, David Gilmour joined Roger Waters. I think it was like something that he owed him, and he was up on the top of the wall doing Comfortably Numb. Like that.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen again.
That's probably the last. I think that's the last time they sang together.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed.
I wouldn't want to see it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Nick Mason's super happy, and
Yeah,
Rogers is
and Richard
bitter as
Wright's
ever.
gone, and yeah, my nephew just went to see the Nick Mason show at Massey Hall there a week or two ago. He loved it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They did Echoes live.
Yeah,
which would have been cool. When I saw them, they weren't doing Echoes. That would have been cool to see.
Well, I know Roger Waters came out and did Set Your Controls a few years ago with Nick Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the show when they did Take Control. That's one of my favorite Floyd songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty good.
And David Gilmour, I mean, he's kind of happy, I think, with his family right now. He's a grandpa, and
yeah. I think, you know what, Gilmour seems to be the kind of guy who's just gonna, call it a career and
I mean, yeah,
enjoy his life. And why not?
Why not?
What do you owe anybody?
78 years old.
Yeah, you don't really owe anybody unless you don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe there's some people just have in their blood and they just can't stop performing and can't do it, but others can just walk away. Tina Turner is another one who kind of just went.
Yeah.
Rode off into the sunset. There's a few of them.
Well, somebody else, not that she wanted to, is Linda Ronstadt. And she has a new book out, a new autobiography out.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
She seems like somebody, the interviews that I've seen, she doesn't seem like the warmest person.
Yeah.
As she's aged.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting. It was crazy last week. Somebody came out and said Joni Mitchell passed away.
Did they?
Yeah. And they had her manager or whatever had to come out and say, no, Joni's fine.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. That's got to freak you out, eh?
We were talking about lyrics earlier. Another song that you could put on there is Both Sides Now as one of those.
Oh, God. You could put a circle game. You could take Joni and, a ton of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Joni. She's great. Yeah, there's a few like that. Other songwriters. We were going to do that. I think we were going to have our Caleb. Thank you. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey,
and I can't say this out loud, just getting away from here. I asked my wife to get her and my daughters together to buy me the Grateful Dead box set that's out now. It's 17 CDs. Madison Square Garden shows from 81, 82, and 83.
Yeah.
And I asked them to get it for me for Christmas. So I think they did.
Really?
Yeah. So, Caleb, I'm really excited about this.
We were just talking about Caleb a minute ago about some fantasy football.
Circle game gets stuck in my head from time to time. Yeah, true classic. It is. Beautiful song.
Yeah, we were talking, Caleb, earlier today is Bob Weir's 75th, which I'm sure you know.
You will enjoy, man. Yeah, I'm really excited. It was recorded off a cassette, soundboard cassette, and they've taken it, but supposedly it sounds really good. Oh yeah, me and Mr. K this week. Is that who I'm playing right now, Caleb?
He's Uncle John. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're kicking my ass, Caleb. I thought I was going to have a bad week.
That's
yes,
right.
Mr. John Mayer birthday as well. Oh, really? His birthday's
They share the same birthday. Yeah.
I wonder if Dead and Company's playing tonight somewhere.
Bobby was in San Francisco the last few nights with Wolf Brothers.
Oh, okay. I still haven't bought that Wolf Brothers CD.
I got the first one. I don't have the second one.
Yeah, the first one. It's
It's
worth
cheap.
getting, eh?
It's like, yeah, it's good. I mean, it's only like $9 on Amazon.
I've been listening to Ace a lot lately. I've played it 2 or 3 times this past week.
Yeah,
What a great album.
I haven't listened to it.
It's a fantastic record. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the, I mean, it was really, for argument's sake, it's the next Grateful Dead album after Working Man's Dead and American Beauty.
Because they're all on it, right?
That's what they recorded, and it's fantastic. It really is. Yeah. Every song, there's not a bad song on it.
Well, that's what that with the 50th. I know that the second disc is Wolf Brothers playing it live.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that when it comes out.
I think I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. Yes, and John Mayer birthday as well. Nice coincidence. Yeah. And Sam has tickets to see Dead and Company.
Yep. Fingers crossed everybody's healthy. I hope Bill is there, is able to
They
do it.
never came to Canada once.
Well, they put it was the same locations every tour.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if that's just safe or what. Here's yes, it sounds excellent on my budget system. I can definitely understand somebody not feeling the cassette sound on the new release. I love the vocal clarity though. Cool. I heard somebody the comments I made. I heard that Bob Weir's rhythm guitar is not very prominent on some of the songs too.
You can hear it more in Wolf Brothers.
Oh, nice. The final tour. No, I meant on that set that's coming out from 83 or 81.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He's a great rhythm guitar player.
I've got a friend of mine he's studied how like Weir will play the same chord. Essentially, he'll just go up the guitar, like every verse or whatever. He'll use the same chord, but different shapes. He just knows so many chord shapes.
Yeah. Well, from what he almost got kicked out of the Grateful Dead at one time. They had a band meeting, and he was going to be out because Jerry Garcia didn't like the way he played rhythm for him.
Oh my word!
And he had to relearn basically the way Jerry wanted him to play rhythm guitar. And I think Garcia had a big influence on the style that he developed, which became quite unique and and fantastic. So, yeah.
Jerry. I love hearing Jerry play like banjo and mandolin and things like that. He can play anything.
I love him playing him do anything.
Yeah,
just even talking. I love that man.
Yeah, my man Tyler Childers.
50th due next year is looking great. They are officially releasing the version with vocals by Tyler Childers from Radio City.
Yep.
What's that now?
He the live the live concert with the Wolf Brothers. They have a couple of guest vocals for a song or two, and Tyler Childers does a song.
Okay, I'm not familiar with
Tyler Childers. Oh, he's great. He's like the modern outlaw.
Yeah. Really, eh?
Oh yeah, he like I've said, he's a John Prine disciple.
Really, I gotta look him up.
Yeah, he's got a few albums.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he's really good. I will say, if you listen to his newest album, do not listen to the third disc. Just don't listen to it. No.
Not good?
No, it's the thing is it's not good because they took out his vocals, and so essentially the latest album, it's 3 discs. It's the same songs on every album done in a different way. So like the first version is like the country version. The second one, it has like horns and kind of sounds like the band and Little Feat, which is great.
Wow.
The third disc is like they have like drum machines, and like they took out the vocals. They don't even sound like the songs. It doesn't make it's trash. It's trash. But the first 2 discs are fantastic. They're golden.
Andy's saying, Glenn, never give you
gonna give you up.
What's that mean? What am I missing?
Rick Astley.
Oh. Greatest story ever told from Bobby's. Yeah, Ace. I mean, oh.
Yeah, that's is that what Tyler Childers sings, Caleb? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But he's got like this really gritty, loud voice. And he's a young guy, probably 30, 31 years old.
Really? I gotta check him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, I need to get the second Wolf Brothers, and then I'm gonna get Ace, but I'm not gonna I'm gonna try to hold off on some stuff till Christmas. I've got all those box sets coming in.
Oh, I'm the same, man. I went out yesterday. I bought those, 6, 7 albums and 2 CDs, not counting the Zap. I spent $60 for like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
I finally listened to I listened to No Other finally.
Okay, I am supposed to dive right in and pick up Childer's record. It is a great LP package. Remix disc sounds so good on hi-fi, man. I can understand nothing, but I love it. Lots of vocal samples included. I'll sample it and check. Yeah.
For me personally, I think you should listen to the album Country Squire first.
Yeah.
Which is the album just before this. It's only 8 or 9 tracks.
Yeah.
It's kind of a concept album. He's from rural Kentucky, and he's lived hard, and it comes through in his music.
Oh, I'm definitely you guys got me all excited here.
Yeah.
Ace will remain available. Doesn't even release. Yeah, it doesn't get released till January. Yeah, it's not going to be something that's going to sell out.
And it's only like $23 for
the
and
set. I don't know. Sometimes you go to dead.net and you can get different versions of it or something too. If you look on, they might have something cool to go along with it.
Yeah, I always forget that Caleb likes his Childers.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I know that his first real album was called Purgatory, and it was like considered like the new like movement for country music, like of modern country music, because it's not mainstream.
Yeah,
it's the way it's supposed to sound.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've got a single that John Prine's label put out where he does My Old Kentucky Home on one side, and then on the other side, it's a live version of Paradise where he sings it with Tyler Childers, and it's really good.
Hell yeah, man. We got Caleb all excited here.
It's got to keep him away from the football game.
I'm on, I got my iPad up and I'm just looking up Tyler Childers on, on Spotify. Discography. Purgatory.
That was the first main release. Yeah. The song Lady May I play a lot on the guitar. And he plays fiddle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how long they'll let me play this before they kick us off. So.
You just got to keep talking over it.
Yeah.
Only had a couple drinks last night and a few good hits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, we'll get rid of that. So is a new one called "Can I Take My Hounds to Heaven"?
Yeah, and so that one it's based on.
Is that the triple one you're talking about?
Yeah. So he's from super conservative area of Kentucky. His father or his grandfather was a preacher, and Tyler, he struggled his whole life with his beliefs and that, and he did hard drugs and alcohol, and he's clean now. And so it's kind of like a semi-gospel album mixed with like, some of the things he was dealing with coming up. But the song Way of a Triune God, unbelievable. Actually, I posted that on my Facebook this morning.
Really?
It's just his group is called the Food Stamps. And so it's Tyler Childers and the Food Stamps.
So is that Can I Take My Hounds to Heaven is $22 on Amazon Canada. There's also a live album live on Red Barn Radio.
Yeah, I don't have that one. And then the other one's Country Squire, which might be my favorite right now.
Oh, that's only $10.
Yeah, then he did one during COVID called Long Violent History, which is a instrumental fiddle album except for the last song where he's talking about racial justice and things. Because he was born in like a really racist area and like grew up around racism, and it's kind of his struggle with having that in his past and how he can move forward.
Yeah,
and he can play, like I said, he can play fiddle as well as sing and write. He's the real deal.
Wow. Eagles don't play till 8:20 tonight. Yeah, that's my only hope of beating you, Caleb, is if Jalen Hurts stands on his head tonight and just creams the Cowboys.
I bet you they open with Seven Bridges Road.
Wrong Eagles.
Okay, sorry.
If you use Apple Music, there's a really nice mini documentary. I don't use it. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. Good. I got somebody else now. But between Dave Alvin now and Tyler Childers, I'm going to be.
Yeah. Oh my word. And yeah,
You got to check out that Dave Alvin guy, King of California. Listen to that album, man. I'm telling you. I was listening to it, and there's a couple of songs ago. Sam would love this.
Let me put that because I'll forget it as soon as I leave here. King of California, Dave Alvin.
Wow, we got somebody from Japan.
Wow.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, Caleb, I've only got Country Squire and the new one. I don't have Long Violent History of Purgatory. I need to pick them up.
There is so much great music coming every day. It's like, it's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming, especially the more you listen to, the more you're turned on to other influences of that artist. And
that's true.
There you go.
We need a Cosmic Torpedoes EP. We do. Yeah, we're gonna go in the studio one day and put it up for sale.
Yeah. Or hand it out at a parade. Glenn will come down during Christmas and we'll walk in our Christmas parade in the back. We don't even invite us. We just throw them at people and get sued for injuring them.
Yeah, no kidding.
It'll be like on a Mighty Wind. They talk about how they had to put the hole in the record. And that's what they'll have to do with ours because they're so cheap. You'll have to drill your own hole into the record.
Alvin's 4th of July is a great song. Is that on the album I got here? I don't think so. No. But there's a couple of country duets on this album that are really good. I've never heard of this woman called Rosie Flores, but she's got a great voice. Oh, and from Portugal. Look at this, is turning into quite the worldwide event. Don't know many Western artists. I only know a few.
Well, we'll talk about some.
I always thought I'd love to go to Japan because they release so much cool stuff over there on CD. Like you can go there and just buy the coolest stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to. I'm not sure if I know how to pronounce your name. Sorry, but when you're in Japan, there, are you into CDs? I think most in Japan they're really heavy into SACD and audiophile CDs and stuff.
Well, aren't they mixed in a way over there that it's a lot less bass because of the apartments? Like it's brighter sounding mixes.
Yeah. The third song, yes, you're right, Stephen. I'm looking now, 4th of July. It is a great song, yeah. And the one after, Goodbye Again, the duet with Rosie Flores is really cool, too. The whole album's awesome. Every song.
That's not the John Denver song, is it?
I don't think so.
Goodbye Again?
Yeah. No. Glenn, as a banjo player yourself, I think you should check out this band from Montana, Kitchen Dwellers, specifically Torrin Daniels' authentic brand of banjo sound. That's interesting. Montana, the Kitchen Dwellers. Thanks. I will check that out.
That's me every night about 11 o'clock.
Some fans call it Galaxy Grass.
That sounds like a Nesmith term or Parsons. Graham Parsons. I've been seeing pictures from the Country Music Hall with that new exhibit. Oh, it looks so awesome.
Rosie is a Texas singer. Oh, awesome. She kind of reminded me a little bit of Iris DeMent or something. Like she just has a real kind of heavy country sound.
Yeah.
But sounds really good with Dave Alvin, who's got kind of almost like, he kind of reminded me of Marty Stewart in the voice. It's kind of a bit of a baritone, but they're incredible live. The Kitchen Dwellers, they have to be. I'd be hungry watching them all the time. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob. How are you? Rob, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome. I'll put a link up.
I don't know if we can handle 2 Canadians.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And Rob's a Montreal Canadiens fan. I know you're into hockey, but that's like, oil and water here with me.
Yeah, so do you want to invite him?
Well, I do, and then I can tell him. Then I can kick him off.
Yeah. Hey, kid, and beat it.
Any concerts on the calendar? No, I'm going to see this kind of a not so well-known artist worldwide or anything, but in Canada, she's developing a following named Sky Wallace, and she's really good. She's kind of reminds me a bit of Pretenders, a bit kind of. I don't know why I say that, but she's playing locally. I'm going to go see that, but I've got nothing on the schedule for any
nothing for
name
me.
artists.
Nothing for me till next summer.
Yeah.
I was supposed to see the Punch Brothers earlier this week, but I got sick.
Now I keep watching in anticipation for Bob announcing some dates once he gets back from Europe.
When's that tour end in Europe?
I don't know. I got to look it up and see.
I'll look at it.
Man, I'm just dying to see him. I want to see him play those Rough and Rowdy Way songs.
Yeah, he does all of them except for Murder Most Foul.
Oh. I'm seeing the Who next weekend. Yeah, my nephew went to see him in Toronto a couple of weeks ago and really liked the show. So
yeah, he's in Dylan. His last.
We won't mention hockey.
His last show is in Dublin on the 7th of November.
Oh, so it's coming up soon. He's going to be home soon. They always announce the next leg at some point.
Yeah, he's usually doing something, a couple weeks before Christmas.
I mean, he's still got he's still got 2 years to go on this version of the tour.
Is it 24
2024? Wasn't it 2022 to 2024 or something?
No, I think it's 21 through 23.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so wow. Very nice man. Sounds interesting. Enjoy the live music. If you want to listen to Japanese music, I recommend Miria Takuchi. Whoa. These are classics. Are they vocalists or instrumentalists? And the other thing I tell you, I'm a big fan of a Japanese artist by the name of Hiromi. Are you familiar with her? Great piano player. Great jazz piano. Is Rough and Rowdy Ways in regular rotation for you guys? Always.
It is for Glenn.
I should do a new Dylan ranking, and it would be in my top. I was trying to think the other day if it would make my top 5. It would definitely make my top 10.
I haven't listened to it in a while. It's not one of my favorite Dylan albums.
I just think it's incredible. Kitchen Dwellers played here in Cleveland a few days ago, but beneath my radar. Oh, interesting. They're around. Maybe I'll check and see their tour dates. Nope, 2024.
Is it?
Love your videos, Glenn. Great stuff. Thank you so much. It's 2024?
Yeah, the banner on his website says through 24.
Well, there we go. So he's got to do Canada. He always does Canada.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Well, man, I'm going to listen to it. Never gave it a full listen. I do love Bob, though.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe people don't. Maybe I'm in a minority with Rough and Rowdy Ways, but I think it's classic.
No, Tommy, my friend Tommy, who's seen Dylan probably 20 times, he loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mazzy's a big fan too. He thinks it's a masterpiece too. I agree. I am not, but my parents are. I was born in the 90s. Oh, okay. I've seen Kitchen Dwellers in New York at Red Rocks. I'll get the Red Rocks. Man, they've played Red Rocks. These guys must be a pretty big band.
No, wow.
They're playing some nice venues. I love Rough and Rowdy. It's a great album. It is from start to finish. I love every freaking song, the lyrics, the vocal stylings, the instrumentation. I just think it's incredible. One of my go-to Dylan albums. I was listening to Together Through Life the other day because I'm just picking albums at random through that box set, and I hadn't listened to that for a while. What a great record that is.
It is. It took me back when I finally bought it, last month, and it really took me back for a great album.
It is really good. It's classic. There we go. You got to go back and listen to it again.
Yeah, like I said, when I saw Bob back in April, he was definitely fighting a cold. He kept blowing his nose, and he only stood up one time.
Yeah.
So
there's some funny things going on in Europe. Did you see the video they've got where he's playing? He's playing one of the songs off the new album, I think, and somebody shines a blue light or something. He stops the song. Yeah, and he goes, "Hey, somebody shine the blue light up here. Stop it. It's bugging us. We
No.
can't play."
Wow.
It's on YouTube.
No, I haven't seen it.
Goodbye, Jimmy Reed. That's one of my favorites on the album. It's just a 12-bar blues, simple.
Yeah. That's a good song.
But chord progression, but I just love the lyrics.
I will say I've made up my mind to give myself to you as one of his best love songs in the last 20 years.
Yeah. I have a chance to do that. I've enjoyed putting it off for 101 minutes. I have a chore to do. Oh, thanks, man, for participating. We much appreciate it.
And go listen to Rocky Raccoon.
Yes. Yeah, give Rocky Raccoon a spin.
And Mo-Fi.
It's simple, but it's the lyrics that are powerful. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I like how because Charlie Sexton's playing on that, and then they have Matt Chamberlain on the drums. Who was Matt Chamberlain played with Pearl Jam and the Wallflowers, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's not touring with them.
Stop it. Oh, he doesn't like
Sorry.
Rocky Raccoon. Still traumatized that as a major Dylan fan. I had no idea he was playing in my town last spring. No word of the show anywhere until
that stinks.
Wow, where's your town? Hi, Glenn. I'd be happy to join in. Just had to go get a computer. Okay, I'll put the link up again.
He had to throw a rock through his neighbor's window to go find the laptop.
Okay.
I've never met Rob.
Let's see if that comes up. There we go. Rob, the link is up. Take off your Montreal Canadiens hat and join us.
Actually, yeah, Rob, just have like a black screen and like a voice changer,
Yeah, put a bag over your head.
Protect the innocent. I've been really thinking about getting a Hofner bass. I see Press to Play's icon there.
Oh, I had the imitation one. Now there's Rob there. I'm just looking to see if he's got his Montreal Canadiens hat on before I let him in the studio. I think he does. Yeah, that bastard. Yeah. Okay, I'll let him in anyway, but I'm going to vomit when I see this hat. Oh, you ready?
Yeah. Are you ready?
I get my bucket first. I'm going to vomit when I see this hat. Oh, you ready?
You like that?
Are you ready? No.
Hey, Rob.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Can you hear me okay? I think your YouTube is on in the background.
How you doing, buddy?
Hold on. Let me get some earbuds here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, you got to take your. You where you were watching us before you came on, you got to click to.
There you go.
Shut that down.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
That's my Hofner. I love it. I play.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the background's gone.
I had one of the imitation Hofners, the Epiphone.
Yeah,
bass. That's exactly was that copy. And I bought it for like $250. I loved it. It was great. It's so light. It's
light.
Yeah, but really nice sounding bass. And unfortunately I sold it. It kind of bugs me that I sold it.
So Rob, what's going on?
Not too much. How are you guys doing?
We're doing pretty darn good.
Good.
What are you up to?
Blood.
What am I up to? I just got back from the movies with my 6-year-old. So.
Oh, would you see something violent?
No. He wanted to see that Lyle Crocodile. Which was,
yeah. Did you sleep? I remember going to movies with my kids, and I would sleep through the movie until they'd wake me up. Dad, you're snoring.
Yeah, pretty much. But it made him happy, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
My dad and I last night went to go see Dracula from 1931.
Oh, you were talking about that.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Wow,
it was a good little crowd. There were probably 22, 23 people there, which is what I was expecting. And then there's one group, I guess like a youth group or something, probably about 6 or 7 kids, probably 13 and younger. So that was neat.
Really?
That's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
What a classic film.
That's the best one, I think, out of all those old Universals, Dracula.
Yeah, please take a listen to some of these artists. Yes. Our friend from Japan. In Cleveland here. Oh, that's it said Dylan played in Cleveland. Traveled out of state to see Dylan, but his last show here came and went unbeknownst to me. When Bob comes to Canada, the last couple of times he has played smaller venues, not just. Oh, we lost
where'd Rob
Rob. What's this button for? My dad took me to the drive-in for my 10th birthday to see Star Wars. LOL. My dad took me on my not on my 11th birthday, but when I was 11 years old, took me to see A Hard Day's Night at the drive-in in
There he is.
1964. That's cool that your dad took you to the drive-in to see Star Wars. That's where I saw Star Wars, is at the drive-in. Are you guys Star Wars fans?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Huge.
I just started the new show last night. I've only watched one episode of Andor. But
That's a slow burn, that one.
But is it a good burn? Once
It
gets
is. It's sort of it's a more adult Star Wars. It's not quite so action packed. It's more like one of those HBO dramas meets Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the way they've structured it is it's kind of like it's almost like in 3-episode bundles. So the first 2 episodes build up to the third one, and then the fourth and fifth kind of build up to the sixth. So you sort of
Okay.
They're almost like 3-episode arcs almost. It's a good story, but it's not. If you're looking for the action that you get with Mandalorian, it's not there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's good though. It's a nice addition to the universe.
Yeah.
Is that on Disney?
Yeah. Yeah, they own all the rights.
I just started watching this freaky show on Netflix called The Watcher. Have you guys seen this? Oh, it's Naomi Watts and I forget who else, but it's this story of this family, like the nuclear family, the wife and husband and 2 kids. Yeah. They move into this suburb. They move out of the city into the suburbs, this nice home. We're going to have a nice quiet life, and everything just goes to hell on them. There's somebody watching. All the neighbors are weird and freaky. Yeah. Someone's watching the house, start sending them mail saying we're watching the house, and they
that sounds good.
Naming the kids by name and everything. Like it gets real spooky. I just saw the first 2 episodes. It's kind of cool so far. It's getting scarier, but that's not a bad watch. The Watcher.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck. I started one of the Marvel shows on Disney about a month ago. I got halfway through it and stopped because it was getting slow, and I was like, I know I need to watch it because if I don't, then I won't know what's happening in like one of the other movies. They'll throw in a random character that I won't know who they are. The thing with Marvel is there's just so much of it, and it's just like
I think they kind of killed the golden goose with all that superhero stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not special anymore. You'd look forward to, the first Iron Man or the first one they came out. I even go to the show to see stuff like that. Now it's like there's so many of them.
There's so many. And that's the way Star Wars is too. I mean, they kind of bit themselves in the butt when they put out the Han Solo movie. It was supposed to be about a young Han Solo, and it was not a great movie, I don't think.
I thought it was fantastic.
Really? You liked it? I've only seen it. I saw it the one time when it was in theaters, and I don't want to see it again.
I think the problem with it is that it suffered because of the backlash from Last Jedi that everyone hated. And then they released that 4 or 5 months later.
Yeah.
People were just like, I've had enough. If it had been released a year apart from any of the other films, I don't think it would have been as bad. I think the other problem, though, is that you're casting someone else as probably the most iconic character in the franchise. And while Alden Ehrenreich did okay, everyone goes, that's not Han Solo.
Yeah, it's not Harrison Ford. Yeah.
But I still thought it was, in terms of, this sort of stereotypical heist movie set in the Star Wars universe, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. I need to watch it again. I mean, I will watch it again at some point.
I've never seen it. I've just seen the first 3. And then there was one other one I took my kids to see. I can't remember which one it was.
Probably Phantom Menace in 99. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Liam Neeson.
Yeah. But
for me, it's Final Records and Star Wars. The 2 of them are just like,
oh yeah,
wow.
Well,
I'm a huge Star. You guys can never see it, but when I film my videos, sitting right beside me on a table is a giant Millennium Falcon that's about 3 feet wide.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I was telling Sam earlier, I used to collect memorabilia and sell it on eBay back in the mid-90s when eBay was kind of first starting. I was an early eBayer and make a lot of money. I found this junk store, and the guy used to have a shop on Yonge Street selling all this movie stuff and everything. And I walk in there, and he's got these cardboard that would have been on display in movie theaters. It was a Head and Shoulders thing of Darth Vader.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were all original, like
Nice
advertisers. And he sold them to me like really cheap, like $5 each or something. And I was selling them on eBay for a ton of money, like back then. But I can imagine now they'd be worth a frickin' fortune.
Probably.
The original movie. Oh.
All right, Glenn. This is a knock to Rich Strickler, our friend here, because I'm looking at my fantasy score right now, and all of a sudden the Rennan Mules are projected to beat me 61% to 39%.
No way.
Yeah, because Stevenson.
Oh, we're in a fantasy football thing.
A running back for New England has 12 points right now, and I knew it was gonna happen because he stacked the team too well.
That's so funny. We had 9 players, and we needed 10, and so we made up a phony team. And Rich Strickler made it up of what he thought was really lousy players. And it turns out these players are like, you know what the league's like this year. There's like the Jets and the Giants. All these teams are playing over their heads, and this rented Mules team is kicking everybody's ass.
They're 0-5, and they're going to beat me.
That's going to be funny. They're going to move it. It's even more embarrassing for Randy. They're going to be moving ahead of him.
He's going to be at the bottom of the league.
Uh-oh, somebody's here. Somebody's tuned in at the right time. A huge Star Wars fan. This is fantastic.
There's got to be an analytic there.
Do you guys have the original soundtrack albums for Star Wars or anything?
No, I don't.
That's not a big deal.
I don't do soundtracks, really.
Nope, me neither.
Nah.
All the Star Wars action figures, my father threw them away in the late 80s. Oh, my God. Is that stuff worth money now, all the original toys and everything?
Oh, the original action figures? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole market for that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't get into any of that. I mean, I'm not a diehard fan. I like it. I'm casual.
Just to play, you hear that kind of thing too much.
I'm diehard. I have this other hobby where I like to build stuff. So I just built a 100% screen accurate Han Solo blaster from A New Hope. It's actually made from an actual BB gun that I've made so that it doesn't function, but it's exactly screen accurate to Han Solo's blaster. I've got some screen accurate lightsabers that are made from the original camera flashes that they used from like the 1920s.
Really?
Oh yeah, hardcore nerd over here.
Wow. I have Star Wars New Hope and Empire. What is that?
The first 2 movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, there's a guy at work. He operates the warehouse at work, and he's got a whole cabinet that he built with lightsabers that he's built in it. And he just went to to the Star Wars world down in Florida, and
I'd love to do that.
He did some of the high tech backstage stuff. Yeah.
No. So there's a request that you make a video on your Star Wars stuff.
I should one of these days.
You
should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just looking now because we've been talking about music for an hour and a half and had like 5 viewers, and now we started talking about Star Wars. There's 6,000 people watching.
Not quite.
Yeah, you should make videos on all that stuff. That'd probably make a pretty cool video.
No, maybe I will.
Yeah.
You might find a new market there, Rob.
Maybe.
Did you know who was the star of Star Wars movies?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Do you know he's a big Beatles fan? Eh? He has one of the biggest collections of Beatles memorabilia.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a talented guy, Mark Hamill.
Yeah. May the Force be with you all.
Mm.
Nanu.
In fact, as I'm sitting here, right beside me on my desk, because I'm sitting on my desk.
6001 now.
There's a Darth Vader helmet.
Oh, cool.
And I got a couple giant Lego Star Wars guys. There's Star Wars crap all over my office.
Wow,
that's
Rob.
Hilarious. Are you getting your kids hooked?
Oh yeah, my 6-year-old son is just he's a nut for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna put
He's got a whole
hold on a
slew.
sec, Rob. I'm just gonna put a pillow behind my back.
Oh, that's terrible. You should put it over your face, maybe. Joke on it. I don't want to talk about hockey this year. This is just I'm only wearing this because I'm so embarrassed to wear a Jays hat right now. How they blew it in the wild card.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
I don't want to talk about it. I
I'm
need
still
therapy.
crying about
There
that.
you go. Look at that.
My little nutcracker. Yeah,
That's awesome.
got it a few
Wow.
years ago.
You guys are nerds. Hang on,
Yes, yeah.
nerds. Hamill plays an animated Joker that he is well known for.
That's probably his second most famous role.
Yep.
In what movie was that?
This show, there's like the Batman animated shows in the
Oh,
90s,
oh, okay.
and some of the movies that came out as related to that.
Flyers. There's a team that's going to be worse than the Canadians this year. So
Is that possible?
yes.
Oof. I actually don't even want to watch hockey this year. I'm dreading it so much.
I watch. It gets my blood boiling. I need something. My blood pressure's low. I need to get it up somehow. So I watch the Leafs.
You guys don't look too bad this year.
No, I know. They'll be fine.
But then again, you guys always look good in September and
They're
you
lazy.
parade and then you tank. So
they're lazy. Brian, how you doing? If you like Star Wars, you can come on. If you don't, you can't.
Rob's making me want to have an iced coffee.
Oh yeah, I was at Glenn will appreciate this. I was just at Tim Hortons.
Do you know Tim Hortons?
I know it. Yeah, I mean, I've obviously never been, but yeah, I know it.
Yeah, there's one on every corner in every town and city in Canada.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it like Dunkin' over here?
Yeah, it's like Dunkin', but better.
It's like Dunkin' Donuts, but better.
Yeah, I mean Dunkin'. I think Dunkin's trash, but
Yeah, it's much better than Dunkin' Donuts. It's
something about it that's ingrained with our national fabric.
Yeah, Tim Horton was a hockey player, played for the Toronto Maple Leafs in the '60s, and opened a donut shop in Hamilton, Ontario, and it turned into a worldwide franchise, which is now, I think, owned by the same people who own Wendy's. Is it not?
They sold it to Restaurant Brands International, which I think is Burger King.
Oh, Burger. Okay, because you always see Wendy's and
they used to be owned by Wendy's, but now it's
Restaurant. Oh, okay, yeah.
And I heard they just expanded and opened their first location in Dallas.
Wow.
I mean, I understand the ones along the border states like New York.
Yeah, me too. Because I've seen one in Michigan and I've seen one in Buffalo.
Right.
Yeah.
But apparently they've opened one in Dallas.
Really?
Huh.
Interesting.
The Cowboys like their donuts.
I guess.
Look at that. Brian says they have one everywhere in Maine. Brian,
they're not known for their donuts, though, Sam. Their donuts are actually kind of shitty.
So what's the draw? Is it the coffee? It's like the mixed coffee?
Yeah, the coffees.
Well,
yeah.
honestly, that's funny you say that because that's how Dunkin' is here now. It's becoming more. It's like the kids that are like 14 that think they're all adult. They get their Dunkin', like that's like what they show on Instagram.
Yeah,
they think they're hot stuff, but
it started off as just coffee and donuts, and now it's that, but it's also like soups and sandwiches.
Yeah, their sandwiches actually aren't that bad. I don't mind a sandwich from Tim Hortons.
I don't even drink coffee. This is an iced cappuccino, and it might as well be laced with heroin because I have to drink.
There you go, Glenn.
Paul Ayers, I enjoyed the new Zappa Live. Yeah, if I can get these guys off of here talking about Star Wars and go back to my stereo, I would be listening to it.
Yeah, we're like it's like college.
My CD arrived yesterday. I'm hearing really it sounds bootleg quality. I've heard it's not too bad actually. I was on the Hoffman forums. They're it's not audiophile quality, but I hear it's very listenable. So we'll see. Am I the only one of the three into Zappa?
Not my thing.
No.
You know my answer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you mention, Glenn, before I jumped on, you mentioned Sky Wallace. That is an album I am crazy excited about.
Me too. Yeah, she's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered it. When's it comes out what? The end of this
November
month?
4th.
November 4th.
Yeah, I ordered it from Amazon. I couldn't pay the shipping off of the website. I know she probably would make more money off it, but I'm gonna go see her, and I have somewhat of a relationship with her, not like we're friends or anything, but she
Yeah.
knows who I am, and I'm gonna go see her in Kingston. So I'll
I
talk to her.
don't know
and
if she's coming anywhere
buy
around.
something.
I don't know if she's coming anywhere around here. I mean, she's playing Toronto, but I hate driving into Toronto for a concert because it's always downtown and it's a pain in the ass.
It is.
So,
Yeah, I'm surprised she's not playing somewhere west of the city.
well, she might. I haven't looked, but when I saw it was pre-order, I'm like, it was $20 shipping or whatever on the record, and I thought,
it was insane.
that sucks.
Yeah,
it's expensive, but I'd rather buy it directly from Six Shooter than send the money to Amazon.
I would have much preferred to do that, but I just couldn't justify it paying another $20.
That's the thing. I mean, I think you and I mentioned it in a comment in another video, but especially if you're ordering stuff from the States, freight and all that just kills you on stuff.
It's brutal. Yeah, you can't do it. Like you go to order, she goes, "Oh, I'm really anxious to get this," and you put it in the cart, and then you see the freight. It's like insane.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a special guest.
Oh, I can take a guess here. Hey,
Brian, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah, well, I'm watching all my fantasy teams get clobbered. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, it's not a good day today. What artist is this? Caleb, it's a Canadian artist, a female rock artist, Sky Wallace. She's awesome.
Brian, did you hear Glenn and I talking about Rich stacking the Rented Mules this week?
No, I didn't know that. No.
I'm going to lose.
He's going to lose to the Rented
To the Mules?
Yeah.
They're going to beat me by probably 10 points. Yeah, their defense, they've got a 12-point defense. They've got two other players who have had 12 plus.
I thought he was just going to leave the team as it was.
No, he did. But he stacked it at the start. I don't think he changed.
No. He's filling.
Well, he has to. If it's a bye week, he has to put somebody in.
He's filling them in, and so like some of the guys that he put on the bench were the better players, and that's what he gave me this week.
But it's
wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose.
Well, you sound like a bitter man. I'm quite happy about it.
I am a bitter man because I started the season like 2-0.
Yeah, they projected you to be number one in the league at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I mean I'm still tied with like three of y'all. I'm 3-2.
Yeah, I'm 3-2. I'm probably going to be 3-3 by the time it's done today.
It'll be a fight for the playoffs.
I think it's been one of the worst seasons in NFL football I've ever watched.
Well, now the roughing the passing
so
stuff
mediocre.
is really ticking me off now. I don't even understand.
There's 4 or 5 good teams. I don't even know if there's that many, and the rest are all just the same. They all stink. Yeah.
And thankfully for Rich, the Eagles are one of the better ones.
This is a good year to make money on betting football. If you wanted to bet on it, I'll bet, because you just bet the underdog every week, and they got a chance of winning. Because I mean, Atlanta's beating San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco has let Atlanta put 28 points on them in 3 quarters.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't make any sense. And I don't know what the point spread would have been on that, but it wouldn't have been in Atlanta's favor. I know that. Yeah, it's silly. I don't know how the Jets are doing against Green Bay. New England's killing Cleveland in Cleveland. It's just
right. Do you do football, Rob?
I do not.
I wish Toronto was across the lake from me here in Cleveland. It's only 5-hour drive, buddy. I've been to Cleveland a couple times. It's an easy drive.
I need to go to Cleveland. I'll still want to do the Rock Hall for all of its kinks.
I saw Triple Bill, Jackson Brown, Steve Earle, and Keb Mo just outside of Cleveland.
Wow.
And then I drove to Cleveland in the 90s to go see Howard Stern. He did when he used to do this thing when he became number one in a market, he used to go to the market and do a funeral for the DJ that was number one that he took over for. Nice. Show out in the parking lot down in the flats of Cleveland. It was great.
Nice.
David Lee Roth played. There was always just the music. So the David Lee, he'd left Van Halen by then. He had a David Lee Roth band, but they sounded just like Van Halen. They did a great job on all the songs. And,
you see, David Lee Roth he's covering himself on a new album.
Oh, David Lee Roth covers David Lee Roth.
He's insane.
Well,
I
the
appreciate
person that
you,
David
Caleb.
Lee Roth loves is David Lee Roth.
He does.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, he's an annoying human being. There's no doubt. Good afternoon, Jerome.
Oh,
Caleb,
yeah, that's right,
and
Caleb.
well, yeah. I just like the Desperado album, Caleb.
The joke's been,
Yeah, have we worn that joke out yet?
yeah. Speaking of burying the
Yeah,
previous,
get off of football. That's enough. We'll go back to Star Wars when we were drawing 6,000 fans. We're back down to 13 once we start talking about music again.
how many seriously do you have right now, Glenn?
11. It was 13. Yeah.
It must have
As
been
soon as
my
I made
ugly
that
mug.
Eagles joke,
It
it
drove
dropped down
small
to
kids
11.
away, you know.
Yeah, the kids had to leave when Brian showed up.
Hey, Brian, I started listening to this again. The 13th Steps. You guys know this album, the band called The
No.
Perfect Circle? It's kind of a Brian introduced me to this. So the first song, I'm listening to it, and it's all I've heard. It's the first track all the way through. I'm gonna listen to it heavy this week, but it starts off really kind of like the drum thing going and that little guitar thing, that hypnotic guitar riff or whatever, and then all of a sudden, then it's really freaking heavy. Then it goes back down again. It's interesting.
That may be the heaviest track on the whole album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
The rest of
listening
them
to
are pretty mellow.
Caleb, I need to catch up on Star Wars. Yeah, you might be a little bit behind, but I guess start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, that raises the question: what order do you watch them in?
You know what? I was just going to ask you guys that, because remember what, like with the Godfather, did that Godfather trilogy where they re-edited it and they put it in order of when Rio was in
Wow.
young,
They
and
put
then
it in chronological order when they spliced up number 2.
Did they do that with Star Wars?
No.
The later movies are prequels, right?
You should watch for me, it's the original trilogy first, because
so
there's an interesting thing. When there was only the 6 movies, the original trilogy and the prequels, someone came up with this thing called the machete order, which is fantastic. Instead of watching it in release order or chronological order, you watch 4 and 5, which ends with the cliffhanger of Darth Vader being Luke, I'm your father, and then you go back and watch 1, 2, and 3 as a flashback, and then you watch 6, and it's a really interesting way to watch the movies. But now it's more complicated because you've got other movies in the middle there, like Rogue One, which segues beautifully into Episode 4, and then you've got Han Solo.
That's the thing. If you've never seen any of the movies, the reason to watch the first 3 together is because you do have that cliffhanger of the Darth Vader reveal, and then it's also
spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't seen it.
For those of you that haven't been around for 45 plus years, the thing they also do they explain what the things are, they explain what the Force is, what a lightsaber is, like Obi-Wan training Luke, because he's explaining it to the audience too, who doesn't know what it is. So that's the best way to do it, just as intended. I think
it was the Blossom Music Center where I saw Jackson Browne. Yes, fine venue. Yeah, it's out in the middle of frickin' nowhere. Yeah, where I saw boy, it was some great shows. Look at that. I saw Ray Charles. Oh,
wow.
Ray Charles is my favorite singer of all time. I would have loved to have seen Ray. That's an incredible resume of bands to have seen.
Yeah.
You guys, are anything coming out your way, Rob, for venues?
I don't think so.
Where do guys play? Like the hockey arenas? Like, is that basically?
Yeah, well, we've got Center in the Square in Kitchener, or Hamilton Place down in Hamilton.
Oh, that's true. Hamilton Place always has some good shows. I've seen some good stuff in Hamilton.
The only one that I'm mulling around right now, as I've mentioned, I'm a huge fan of Adam Baldwin, who's the guitar player for Matt Mays. I can't trumpet his cause enough. I think he's a national treasure.
Really?
I not enough good things for.
Does he put out his own solo stuff? You mean, or?
Yeah. So when Robert did his contest there a few weeks ago about artists you need to hear, I did a video on Adam Baldwin because I think he's fantastic. He's got 3 albums, and he just dropped the most recent one like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, interesting.
And his first ones are very Springsteen-esque. And in fact, and I make a point in the video that I mention it, I've met Adam many times, and I know him. His band used to joke with him. They used to call him the supervisor because he's not quite the boss.
That's
Right.
cool.
But anyway, his newest album is completely different. It's and you can probably relate to this, Glenn. It's sort of him talking about the grittier side of life in Eastern Canada. You know how it's a little tougher than it is for you and I here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about, and it's an electric folk album, but it's very reminiscent of like their stories. So it makes me think of like Neil Young or John Prine or Ian Tyson, but it's a very sort of electric folk.
Yeah.
Long way of saying he's going to be touring to support that album, and he's coming to Toronto, and he's coming to London, and I'm thinking about it.
Wow, that's interesting. I gotta check him out.
Yeah, he's great. He's a wicked guitar player. If you like any of Matt May's stuff, you'll like Adam's stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Matt Mays was great.
Oh, he's
He's
awesome.
Glenn Calloway from The Basement Star Wars show.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a trip to Colorado next year to see Red Rocks, somebody somewhere.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I've never been. I'm thinking about, if I do it, I'm going to do like a 2 or 3 night stint. Like if somebody's there, like I love the Avett Brothers, and they usually stay for like 3 nights. I'll probably do them if I can do it.
That's a band I'd love to see.
Yeah, I've seen them twice, and they're killer.
I love their one album. Geez, I can't remember what it's called. If I Was a Carpenter, I think it was called.
The Carpenter, the Once and Future Carpenter.
Yeah, love that album.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Avets, yeah.
Yeah, actually today is the 9th anniversary of probably. It's my second favorite album by theirs, Magpie the Dandelion. That's a
Yeah, it's a
beautiful
good one
album.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and they're with Rick Rubin, so Rick Rubin takes them in the right place. I didn't.
The Outlaw Fest.
This is what this is, Caleb.
There was a good lineup in there, right? The Outlaw Fest.
I don't remember looking at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Steve Earle and all those
I
guys.
did listen to that album by Stephen Wilson you told me to listen to, Glenn.
And
Hand Cannot Erase. I liked it.
oh, it's an amazing album. The more you listen to it, the better it is.
Really good.
Yeah.
Very different. I like it.
Yeah. It's a great record. Yeah. I was just sorry my mind was off. There's a guy here. I'm not quite sure if he's in here to cause trouble or not. I'm just waiting for another comment to pop up. I didn't put it on screen. So.
Well, I'm probably actually going to have to head off myself.
Yeah, I think me too.
I've got to head down the road to do some visiting.
Yeah, it was good you guys to come on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Rob, great meeting you.
Thanks,
finally.
guys. This was fun.
Yeah. So and Brian.
Yeah, this guy's a knob. You're out of here, buddy.
But yeah, thanks, Glenn, for kind of the I guess last minute stream here.
Yeah, cool. Everybody have a great Sunday. We'll talk soon. We'll do it again.
Everybody,
Okay.
Brian,
Take care.
Bob, see y'all.
Cheers.
Bye.